Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the third Bledisloe Cup test match between the Wallabies and the All Blacks, and it is not just the Bledisloe Cup that is on the line a little bit here in this matchup. Of course, New Zealand have already secured that one, but there are points for the Rugby Championship, and that is exactly what both of these sides will be after in this one. I will quickly put up the table so you guys know exactly how many points everyone is sitting on at the moment. South Africa are top of the bunch, sitting on 9 points, though they have played the extra game over the All Blacks and the Wallabies. All Blacks sitting on 5 with a big win over the Wallabies in the last match by 35 points. So their points differential is very solid. So they would need to win this game by 4 points or more to then leapfrog the Springboks, who are sitting in first. But the Wallabies, they want to get themselves some points on the board. And at the moment, they have got a very good chance of doing so, as we are at Optus Stadium, where they do have a 100% winning record up against the All Blacks. Of course, that is from just one game, but they still have that record that is intact at the moment. We have got Crazy NZ in the chat. We have got Salem as well. And also we have got Tian in there. Victor, Mopart, Katie Dixon, Ed Vogel, Colin in there as well. And Brandon, welcome in, everyone. I do appreciate all of you being here for this one. 2 minutes last as well, says Brandon. I assume that it's 2 minutes late. And yeah, we had a couple technical difficulties, which I feel like it wouldn't be a Bledisloe Cup live stream without a couple. But we are wearing the suit for this live stream. We are all fired up for it. And anytime there is a big match, we love to put on this suit. And also, because it is Father's Day, I have actually got a little bit of a special touch to it. This is my dad's rugby club tie that he used to wear back in the day when he was playing the rugby. So I decided that I'll put it on. It's from our small town. So yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a Father's Day tribute. But thank you very much for everyone tuning in. I hope you all are having a great Father's Day as well. For those living, I believe it is New Zealand and Australia that have Father's Day today, if I'm not wrong. Is it a different day in America, or is it the same? Do let me know in the chat. We have got Up the Wallabies in there from Ed Vogel as well. We have got 27 minutes to go, says Brandon. Indeed, we do. It is going to be kicking off at 6 p.m. New Zealand time. We've got plenty of time for talking about all the lineups, because there is going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to these two sides. Definitely with a few changes for the Wallabies and also for the All Blacks, due to everyone having the babies around the same time of their best day ever as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got Looking Sharp, Chucky as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also howdy from Crypto is key. Welcome in. Who do you think will win the Rugby Championship, says Arlo? I believe it is going to be between the All Blacks and the Springboks. But those two big games that are coming up, the 25th of September is the first time that we get to see All Blacks taking on the Springboks. And it's going to be the 100th test match as well. And we have also got in there, I believe it's in June in America, as well as this Smithy. Josh has said hi as well. Tell you what, the chat is going quick today. How's everybody in the chat? And did you stream top 14 rugby in the end, says Cole? I didn't do the game last night because we went a little bit longer with the Curry Cup, but I'm hoping to do the Toulouse-La Rochelle game that has taken place at 6:45 a.m. New Zealand time tonight. So hopefully that can take place, but we will have to wait and see. Man, excited for this as well, says Untitled Chapter. Yeah, it will be a very good matchup indeed between these two sides, because like I mentioned, the Wallabies actually won their last match at Optus Stadium. We'll put it up on the screen for you guys right now. As we can see, it wasn't just a little bit of a sneaky win, 47 points to 26, but looking through those players who were playing in that match, there's a few who aren't playing in this one. The likes of Christian Lealiafano, also Kurtley Beale in the number 15 jersey, James O'Connor in the centres they were going with for this one, the Wallabies. Rory Arnold, Isaac Rodder is there though for this one. Also, Seletolo Latu is another name that they did have available. Will Genia, Luke Jones, that's a name that I haven't heard in a little while. Adam Coleman, and all of those guys were playing in that game for the Wallabies. But Kurtley Beale, it's an interesting one. I saw him playing last night for Racing 92. I saw Nari Laumape playing for Stade Francais. And in the end, Kurtley Beale's side was able to get the win. So will the Wallabies be able to pull off the upset here and beat the All Blacks? We will have to wait and see. But the game is getting closer and closer, which I am extremely excited about. And hopefully you guys are as well. What's the score margin for today's match? I said on my video yesterday, I said it was either going to be the Wallabies by 10 or the All Blacks by 20. And I've got a random, that's pretty much as close as my score margins get. I always end up having about 30 points difference between the two sides, but that is somewhere around where I'm thinking that it is going to be going. They're talking to Nick White while he's actually warming up, which is a bit of a fancy thing to do, but we have got there in there. Big love, everyone. Looking sharp, baby. Says Sebastian, thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you being here for this live stream. But first of all, we better look at the starting lineups and reserves for both of these sides. So what I will do is I will put up the starting lineup and we will push ourselves to the side. So looking at the Wallabies, they have got a strong side here, very good in the loose forward trio as well. But in the front row first, James Slipper is going to be at number 1. Folau Fainga'a going to be starting at 2. Of course, no sign of Paenga Mosa in this match. And then Alan Alalatoa going to be starting at 3. Looking at the locks, they've gone with Darcy Swain and Matt Phillips. Salakai Lotto not available for this match, but Darcy Swain, he is still very young, but he's got a lot of skill when it comes to that line-out game, and he will have to because he's going to be up against Retallick and Scott Barrett for this one. Then looking at the loose forward trio, to be fair, for myself, I feel like the loose forward trios for both sides are where I'm most looking forward to seeing the battles. Lockie Swinton, number 6, very dangerous ball runner and also just extremely strong in that regard. Michael Hooper has undoubtedly been one of the best players for the Wallabies throughout all of the games that they have been playing this year, whether that was up against France or in the first 2 matches up against the All Blacks. Rob Valentini at 8, him versus the All Blacks captain Savia in this game is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And then Tate McDermott, very skilled player, is able to pierce a gap around the side. He's almost known as the sniper at the moment, the way that he can pierce a gap next to the breakdown and get himself a try if he needs to. Noah Lolesio, a lot of pressure on this man. Of course, Quade Cooper was mentioned quite a bit during the midweek, whether or not he was going to be playing in this game. Instead, they gave it to Noah Lolesio. They'll have to make sure that he does have a good game and also provide the ball for the man on his outside. As you can see there in the number 12 jersey, Samu Karevi returns for the Wallabies. Of course, with the Giddo law getting taken away, it does mean that the opportunity is there for some of these Wallabies players who were overseas. They can now play for Australia. So Samu Karevi was playing for the Olympic 7 side, but now he is here and he is linking up in the midfield with Len Ikitau, I should say. So that is a very nice combo indeed. Marika Korombeti, very dangerous up against France, and he will be open to do the same, make it a lot of meters. He's going to be marking up with Will Jordan, so that side is going to be absolutely raining running meters and also possibly a lot of tries out there as well. Andrew Callaway, speaking of tries, 3 in the first 2 games of the Bledisloe up against the All Blacks, wanting to continue that try scoring record. And then Tom Banks, he makes meters for fun, that man, and he is very talented when he has got the ball in hand. And also the kicking game, perhaps a 50-22 could be an option for them to be able to do. So they are actually just showing Beauden Barrett's stats on the screen, but they're actually showing Geordie Barrett rather than Beauden Barrett, which is interesting. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe they're doing a little bit of a segment on all of the Barrett brothers, because of course all 3 of them will be starting this match. We have what's got there in the chat. Big love everyone. And also we have got there, I think the All Blacks will win 36-23. As well, says Richard Brown, I believe on the one yesterday, it was going to be the case of, we decided that it was going to be 34 points to 23 or 22, but we weren't sure of who it was going to be. We have got Aisha and the Haka. Unfortunately, due to licensing, we aren't able to show any match footage or audio, so I do apologize about that in advance, but we will be talking through everything that is happening in the match. They are just showing Will Jordan scoring that try last week. He always scores tries when he's out on the field. I believe the only time he hasn't scored a try in a match for the All Blacks was on his debut, where he got concussed within about the first 2 minutes and had to come off the field. But other than that, that man's got about 11 tries from, I think it's like 7 matches or something ridiculous like that. We have, it's got there. Happy Father's Day. All the fathers out there are doing their thing. Much love, chaps, as well, says Johnny Blaze, indeed. And at this stage, anyone who did miss it right at the start, I haven't got the normal tie on. I have got my dad's Waimate rugby tie, our small town. He did used to play for the club, so I decided it would be a nice touch to put that one on rather than just a black tie for this one. We have got Go All Blacks, says Escadron, and also we have got wedding today, Hamish brother. Maybe, I mean, I'm dressed for the occasion if there was a pop-up wedding that was taking place here in NZ, and we have got the Hey Kiwi, I told BK Sport, you said hi, as well as says Batman, and also we have got George Bolo said, did you get that suit from your dad's closet? It doesn't fit you as well. I mean, the suit jacket is a little bit tight around the shoulders, I'll be honest, but the actual shirt is a lot bigger, because I used to be a lot bigger than I am at the moment. It was for the ball back at high school, but I was probably about 3 or 4 sizes bigger than I am for the shirt at this stage. But my wide shoulders in terms of the jacket always makes it a little bit tight, but that man probably fills out a jacket pretty well. That's Jeremy Thrush. He's a bit of a unit, and he is on the sideline at the moment. He'll be hoping for a good game here. We have got there in there. Konnichiwa, rugby fans, James Bond vibes this morning. Hamish brother, as well, says the boy. Yeah, we have got the suit. Of course, you guys know anytime there is a big match, we decide to go with a suit for them. Good afternoon, Hamish. Well, it's the time we've been waiting for the slaughter to commence. 26 degrees, blue skies, Wallabies on the barbecue. We're here at Optus Stadium. Got you in the air. The Robbie from Robbie the Murray. Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and it could be a very high-scoring one as well. I just got that little bit of a feeling. And last time I had that feeling, it was actually on a rainy day for a Curry Cup game, and everyone in the chat was saying, "What are you on about? What are you doing? It's not going to be a high-scoring game because it's raining." But then in the end, both sides getting over 30 points in that match. Is it going to be the same here? We'll have to wait and see. But first of all, looking through this All Blacks side that they have decided to go with in this big match up against the Wallabies. George Bower, Cody Taylor, Nepo Lulala, an unchanged front row from the last match up against them. Then Brodie Retallick's going to be at 4. I thought maybe he would slot into 5 with Sam Whitelock not being available, but instead they are going to go Scott Barrett at 5. And I believe the reasoning behind that would probably be because of the fact that when Sam Whitelock comes back, he will be slotting back into that 5 jersey. The loose forward trio, Kirioani, Dalton Papali, who made a lot of tackles in the last match up against the Wallabies, and then Ardie Savia at 8, always dangerous with the can't speak, I'm too excited. Always dangerous with the ball in hand. Ardie Savia also going to be at the front of the haka. What a moment for this man to be able to captain the side for the very first time in his career for the All Blacks. What a moment it will be for them. Hopefully it doesn't end up getting to him too much. I know that he can handle the pressure pretty well, Ardie Savia. For the Hurricanes, he does it very nicely, so hopefully it will be the same in this game. Brad Weber starting at 9, little bit of a surprise for a lot of people. Thought Perenara was going to get the opportunity. Instead, he is going to be coming off the bench. But the man who is not coming off the bench this week, Beauden Barrett, Richie Mo'unga, is still in New Zealand alongside Aaron Smith, Sam Whitelock, and also Dane Coles due to injury. So he is going to be starting there, Beauden Barrett in the number 10 jersey, something that a lot of people have been wanting to see for the past couple of weeks. Mo'unga's been in form, so he has been starting, but now Beauden Barrett's going to get the opportunity to try and take that number 10 jersey back off Mo'unga here. But the midfield combo, I'm kind of excited for this one. David Arveli and Anton Leonard-Brown. It's pretty stock standard, but those two have the ability, if they find a bit of form, to really cut a game open. And David Arveli, he's been going very well. Originally transitioning from being a fullback for the Crusaders, decided to go for the centre combo, and because of it, he's back in the All Blacks jersey. So it is a bit of a journey for the man, and hopefully he can have a good game here as well. Anton Leonard-Brown outside him in the number 13 jersey, recently returning from his injury. Rieko Ioane going to be starting at 11. No George Bridge starting this week, but he is back in the lineup. He is going to be on the number 23, or on the bench, I should say, in the number 23 jersey to get a late opportunity. Will Jordan out on the other side, like I mentioned, scores a huge amount of tries for the All Blacks. Wherever he plays, he is going to be out on the right wing for this matchup, and then it will be Geordie Barrett who will be slotting in at 15 rather than Damian McKenzie, who will be coming off the bench as well. We have got, tell you what, the chat is going quick at the moment. I do appreciate every single one of you for being there. Whereas you see this game, I am going to be watching it on Sky Sport 1 here in New Zealand, but it is available on Stan also. I believe it is. Oh, I'm not sure if it's on Rugby Pass. Normally they are, but maybe they aren't for this one. And then also there is the option of Supersport or DSTV if you are in South Africa, which it will be a very early morning start. So good morning to all of you South Africans who are tuning in, I should say. And we have got there. Richard Brown and said, I've been waiting for this game all day. Yeah, it's an exciting one because of the fact the last time these two sides played at Optus Stadium, it was a win for the Wallabies, and they are hoping to do the exact same thing here. They won the last game by 21 points at Optus. Looking at the bench, they've got a couple good names on there. The likes of Reece Hodge, Jordan Bataille, and Nick White, Pete Samu, Isaac Rodder returns. I'm saying every single player off the bench at this stage. Tupou and also Angus Bell going to be dangerous. Lachlan Lonergan good with a rolling maul. So they're going to have to make sure, the All Blacks, that they do keep their foot on the throttle in a little bit of the later stages of the match, because we have seen that the Wallabies, they haven't quite been able to put together a full 80-minute performance. And I don't think they mind me saying that either, because in the first match, it was the first half that they did very well in, it was the second half they did very well in the closing moments of the game. Then in the second game, it was the first half. In this one, if they can put it together, both halves, they are going to be very dangerous indeed, the Wallabies, and they will be looking to get themselves some points on the Rugby Championship table, because at the moment they are sitting just above Argentina, but they both still only have the 0 points. Looking now, also looking through the All Blacks, Samasoni Takiao, Karl Tuanuki-Afi, Angus Tava, Tupavai, going to get his first run round for the All Blacks this year. Ethan Blackadder, also TJ Perenara, Damian McKenzie, going to be slotting in maybe at fly half or fullback, depending on where they decide to go. And then also it is going to be George Bridge who will get his return as well. But at this stage, 6 p.m. is the kickoff. We've still got 15 minutes till it is going to be kicking off here at Optus Stadium. Like I mentioned last time, the Wallabies were able to get the win, and at this stage, I'm very excited to see whether or not they can have a good performance. Do you guys only cover rugby at this stage? Said Siddhartha. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. We have been covering a little bit of cricket in the past as well, but I am hoping, I also do rugby sevens, if you count that as a little bit different to the rugby union side of it. We're slowly expanding what we do cover on the channel. We've been following all sorts of competitions from the top 14. We are going to be covering Gallagher Premiership, United Rugby Championship, Rugby Championship, Bunnings NPC, and the Olympic, or the just in general sevens that are going to be taking place as well. And we have got there, Josh Piker said, good morning, teaching, but have a non-contact lesson. So I'm happy to listen to the commentary. And Muscat, thanks again, mate. Or thanks once again, says Josh Pike. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is good to see you. And also, do let me know your score predictions, everyone in the chat at the moment, and who is going to score the first try. Ed Vogel has just asked it as well. Who do you guys think is going to be scoring the very first try of this match? And I'm thinking about the player, not the side as well. Do let me know. But we will look at the previous results between these two sides and also the results that are coming up for both of these sides, or the fixtures, I should say. So the first match, this one wasn't for the Rugby Championship. It was at Eden Park. And in the end, the All Blacks were able to get a 33-25 win over the Wallabies. Very close game. The Wallabies closing it out very nicely in that first match up against the All Blacks. Almost able to get that win as well. So the All Blacks would have been a little bit nervous there. But then from there, the second game, the most points that the All Blacks have ever scored up against the Wallabies on New Zealand soil with 57 points. It was a big game for both sides. Even 22 points for the Wallabies in the losing effort was pretty impressive. They had a good first half, but unfortunately just couldn't quite close it out. But now we're here at the third match. And this one, the points for the Rugby Championship are on the line. It's not just for the Bledisloe Cup. The Bledisloe Cup is already staying on New Zealand soil for another year, but they're just showing that man Samu Karevi on the field at the moment. I'm excited to see what he can do back in the Wallabies cap. We have got Tom Banks for the first try scorer, or Will Jordan for the first try as well. And we have got there, are you playing the game? Says Hyperion Z. Unfortunately, due to licensing, we're not able to show any match footage or audio. I wish that I could, but we would get taken off YouTube straight away and banned for 3 months. So I am only going to be providing the commentary, but I will tell you that straight away after the match highlights will be available on YouTube on either Super Rugby, the All Blacks, or I think maybe Stan Sport also have the highlights for this match. Rico Ioane hat-trick tonight, says Sebastian. He is in that number 11 jersey, so perhaps they will be firing it out to the wingers in this game, the All Blacks. The cross-kicking of Bowden Barrett in that number 10 jersey, I think, could be really an interesting factor for them to kind of equate, is that the right word? Kind of incorporate, I guess I should say, into the game, because you've got Marika Korompede and also you got Andrew Callaway, who can both score tries, but it's whether or not you can try and get behind them, because Will Jordan in a foot race, it's very hard to beat. But you'd say maybe Marika Korompede, could he chase him down? We've seen a huge amount of pace from Marika when we did see that try a little while ago. I think it was in the second match where it was a clean break, but Marika Korompede just didn't give up the chase and was making plenty of meters towards being able to stop him. So I'm excited to see whether or not he has got that pace that he will need to be able to possibly stop a few of the AB's tries. I'm watching on my Xbox and the game on my PC as well, says Kyle, and Aussies the whole way, says Wesley Tiger, and also message to Johnny Blaze, what's happening to the Warriors? Almost 50-0 as well, says Batman. That does not sound ideal for them at the moment. And we have got there, message to Batman, Y as well. Oh no, it's already getting heated. And we have got there 45-21 in New Zealand for the series. Blackwash and Rico Ioane going over the try line first. I believe he did in the first match or the second match, if I'm not wrong. It was an interception try that he was able to get it, have a good game. And Australia, All Black, take care, says John. And of course, after this game, everyone is going to be heading to Brisbane. So it will be interesting to see how those matches go. Looking at the All Blacks fixtures in the next week, they are going to be playing Argentina on the 12th of September. It is going to be the Sunday rather than a Monday, or sorry, not a Monday, a Saturday, like the rest of the rounds. But then they have got their doubleheader up against Argentina, and then that big game right there that everyone is looking at, the All Blacks taking on the Springboks. The 100th test match between the two sides, 7:05 p.m. kickoff New Zealand time, 9:05 a.m. kickoff in South Africa. And what a game it is going to be. It's going to be played in Brisbane in Queensland, I should say. I'm excited for it. And then, just to spoil us a little bit more, we get to see it the next week straight away. So whoever wins those two games, I would think, is going to be winning the Rugby Championship, or it could go 1-1, depending on how it goes. And then all of a sudden, we have got ourselves going down to points differential, or the games such as this one that has taken place between New Zealand and the Wallabies is incredibly crucial when it comes to trying to find yourself at the top of the Rugby Championship. Looking at Australia's fixtures, they've got it a little bit tougher for the next week. They are going to be taking on South Africa, 10:05 p.m. kickoff in Australia, which does mean it's a 12:05 p.m. kickoff in South Africa on the Sunday. And then all of their other games are going to be on the Saturday, finishing out their competition with 2 games up against Argentina. And last year, we didn't get to see a winner for either of the games of the Tri-Nations between the Wallabies and the Pumas. Both of them a draw. So this one surely will not be one. Neither of these games can be draws. We need to see a winner in that fixture, and we will have to wait and see whether or not we will be able to do so. But once again, just showing the table at the moment, South Africa sitting at the top of the table on 9 points with a points differential of plus 39, plus 35 for the All Blacks after their one game. They will be hoping to leapfrog the Springboks in this match, but the Wallabies will not make it easy by any means of the word, which is why I almost lost my voice. We did a Curry Cup semi-final live stream at about 5 a.m. last night, and the vocal cords are struggling a little bit. It was a good game, very close one as well. And we have got there, which player do you think going to make a big impact for both teams, says Ed Vogel. For myself, I think it's going to be Samu Kerevi in the midfield. He is only just back in the Wallabies kit, but just hitting that ball up, luring in two of the defenders for the All Blacks, I think can really open up the opportunity for Ikitau and also Callaway and Marika Koromberi on his outside. So I think if Samu Kerevi just runs it straight all day, he's going to be able to create opportunities for the men outside him. And then maybe even Tom Banks joins the line. I'm excited to see what they decide to go with here, the Wallabies. They've got potential in that back line, and if they need to, they can use Tate McDermott at 9 or possibly try and hit it up around the side with the big loose forwards with Valentini, Hooper, and also Lockie Swinton, who are all absolute units of individuals who could break a game open for the Wallabies if they get the chance. For the All Blacks, though, I think it's all down to Beauden Barrett in that number 10 jersey. People have been saying that maybe he should have been given an opportunity to start a little bit earlier on than this, but with Richie Mo'unga out, it's the perfect opportunity for Barrett to really try and cement his spot as one of the number 10s going into maybe even the World Cup, looking a few years forward, but definitely trying to cement himself a little bit of a spot in the future games. But it's going to be tough because of the fact that, unfortunately, the Wallabies defense is very good. And we saw last time when we saw the Wallabies play up against the All Blacks at Optus Stadium, they kind of did a little bit of that rush defense, and it was shutting down the back line of the All Blacks. And late in that game, the Wallabies really shined. Had a bit of shining going on with the likes of Kurtley Beale scoring the last minute try in that game. He is not playing in this one. Cooper is not playing. No, he's not. Michael Hooper is Adam Ashley. I almost said Adam Ashley Cooper. That used to be a little bit of a jingle that was there, but Quade Cooper is nowhere to be seen for this game. He's probably lurking somewhere, though. At this stage, they are shown inside of the All Blacks camp or inside of the changing room. They are showing the Bledisloe Cup as well. I've actually only just realized that on top it's a rugby ball. I've never seen that before, and I feel like now that I see it, it makes so much sense. I always just thought it was a little bit wonky on top. Maybe it got bent at some stage, but it is a rugby ball, and that is what they are playing for. The All Blacks are going to get to lift that at the end of this match, but at this stage, this game is important, like you can see here. The All Blacks, if they can get a bonus point win, that will put them into first place. If they can win this game by 5 points, that will put them into first place. But the Wallabies are a very tough side. Looking through the competition format, everyone plays everyone twice into this. No home and away games for 2021 due to the COVID situation. We have got the factor of neither side really having the home ground, other than I guess you could say debatably the Wallabies being able to have their home games, as all of the games are happening in Australia. Team with the most competition points wins. You get 4 points for a win, 2 points for a draw, 1 bonus point for a loss by 7 or fewer, and then 1 point for scoring 3 or more tries than your opponent. It's a little bit different to the likes of the Curry Cup and those type of formats where it is 4 tries in that competition gets you the bonus point. In this one, you can score 4 tries, but if your opponent gets just the 2, you will not get the bonus point. So it's going to be exciting to see how many tries we get to see in this one. Is there a limit for the number of drop goals in the match? Says at Depuck. I don't think there is a limit that you are allowed to go to. I guess it's just if you want to keep on slotting them over, you can. I mean, we've seen drop kicks win games. So I'm wondering whether or not, if it's very close, maybe it could end up in the situation of going for a little bit of a drop kick late in the game for either side, although I think both would try and run it over the line one more time. We did see last year when it was the draw that the All Blacks had the opportunity to go for the drop kick, decided against it, and we haven't got anyone give the Wallabies any chance at all, says Philip. I haven't written them off yet, the Wallabies. They won their last game when they did play at Optus Stadium. They found a little bit of form at times in their past games. The last match, of course, didn't go well in the second half, but the first half, they were contesting pretty well. And if they can keep that physicality that they showed early on in the match with the likes of the loose forward trio, Samu Kerevi, he needs to do what Hunter Paisami was doing a couple weeks ago, and that is rushing up, shutting down Havili and Leonard Brown in the midfield to try and stop them from being able to get the wide ball into the hands. I mean, they're showing Sever Reese at the moment, but he is not playing in this one. Instead, they are going to have Will Jordan, and also they will have out on the other wing, Rico Ioane. You need to shut him down to be able to do so. And we have got Wallabies, a quality 40-minute side. They haven't put a complete performance together yet. Unlike the ABs, they can't sustain an 80-minute high performance. But if they do, will be a good game of rugby as well. It will indeed. And at this stage, it is only going to be around 5 minutes away, although we haven't had the national anthems or the haka yet. And the games are always about 10 minutes behind in Australia, I've noticed, when we have been watching the likes of Super Rugby AU, Super Rugby Trans-Tasman as well. 24 degrees, 18 kilometres a win. It's a beautiful day at Optus Stadium. You can see the crowd trying to see at the moment. We've got a few people going like this, trying to block the sun a little bit, but it looks like a very nice afternoon for a game of rugby. Currently sitting almost 2 p.m. there in Australia, and we have got Hamish Stewart from Queensland, or Stewart from Queensland should be in the squad as well, says Curious George. Who is Stewart? Stewart, I'm trying to think of Stewarts, and the only Stewart I can think of is Stuart Hogg, but of course he is not an Australian. That is for sure. He's Scottish. But at this stage, they are just showing a little bit of a huddle for the All Blacks in the changing room. They are getting ready to go out there. Who is the one leading it? I can't quite see. I think it is Perenara who is hyping up the boys at the moment. And they are just showing that Scott Barrett's going to be in the number 5 jersey for this match. The first big change, you would say, for the All Blacks in that front row, or in the forward pack, I should say. I'm getting too excited for this game, and I always muddle my words when I get into this from mindset of being ready for the game of rugby. But we can see here that they have gone with a very strong lineup here, the Wallabies, with the likes of Lockie Swinton, Rob Valentini, and Michael Hooper as the loose forward trio. I've mentioned it about 3 times. I feel like that is the combo that is going to get them some points on the board. Tate McDermott at 9, he is just a sniper. He's able to find gaps around the side, even if it's the scrum. We saw it in the last match that he was able to pierce his way through the gap and score the try off the back of a scrum, because that's just the threat. Rob Valentini off the back, you need to make sure you cover him. And then if Tate McDermott decides to go off the back as well, you've got 2 men who you've got to try and cover. And right next to the set play, when you've got 8 men in your scrum, it's tough to do. And that is what the Wallabies need to make sure. They need to keep this game moving quickly as well. They can't let the All Blacks kind of, I guess you got to say they've almost, it's a tough one. They've almost got to slow it down a little bit at times as well, because or else the All Blacks, we've seen the gas tank on them, that they'll just keep on going and going and going and going until they wear you down. But if the Wallabies can try and wear the All Blacks down with just making them make a few tackles, running them around a little bit, could be an exciting one. But we will show the All Blacks lineup once again. We have what's got there from Costa Rica as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. And he said, please share the link. Unfortunately, I am watching it on Sky Sport in New Zealand, so that is only kind of a subscription service. I'm not sure whereabouts it is available for free. I know that some of the games were on an Argentinian one. If I'm not wrong, who else got there? Was the suit necessary? Says Siddhartha. It was indeed for this live stream. We always wear the suit. If you are new to the channel, we always wear a suit on a big match game. And also it is Father's Day, so I've got my father's special tie that he wore when he was playing club rugby. So I decided that would be a nice little touch. But the All Blacks making their way out onto the field now. A few Kiwis in Perth, that is for sure. Looks like a good stadium as well, in terms of the factor of maybe they were expecting around 60,000 at this game, which is absolutely awesome. But this is an absolutely awesome starting lineup for the All Blacks as well. And that's even with missing Whitelock Moonga and also Aaron Smith. So hopefully it does do very nicely. And we've got Curious George, Tom Wright should be there as well, says Batman. Although Tom Wright, he had a little bit of a rough series up against up against France. Did end up, he had a rough series, but hopefully he does get back into some good form in the more recent times, I was about to say, but he hasn't really had a chance at this stage. Josh Adokar as well, says Smithy Toy, and also we have got there, keep it up. And also we have got Betty V in the chat. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering all of the Rugby Championship games, as well as the New Zealand Bunnings NPC, the top 14, the United Rugby Championship, all of the competitions that are going on around the world. We are going to be covering them on this channel. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But nonetheless, the Wallabies now making their way out onto Optus Stadium. It's going to be an exciting game. I've said exciting many, many times because I just get hyped up for these matches, to be honest. They are just absolutely awesome when we get to see the Trans-Tasman rivalry kicking in once again. And the Wallabies, they're showing Samu Karevi what a player he is, and he will be open to have a bit of an impact in this one. We have got Sweet Az's done the donation, looking sharp. Kiwi lads, enjoy the game. AB fam and cheer with the NZ as well from Sweet Az. Thank you very much for that donation, mate. That's quite a cool little logo that you got yourself there. A little bit of a PNG going on there, but thank you very much for that donation, mate. At the start of the match as well, even before we've seen any of the action happening between these two sides. What an awesome sight. Hamish Optus Phil, more Kiwis here than Aussies as well, with a whole heap of Kieran emojis, and this match is going to be feral as well, says Katie Dixon. But at this stage, they are about to have the national anthems, and then we are going to be getting right underway. We have got there Curtly Beale as welcoming us to Optus Stadium. Not sure about that. I mean, he was playing for Racing 92 last night, and an interesting fact there was he was on one side, Nari Laumape was on the other, and his side was able to get the win. So could it be repeated here? We'll have to wait and see. And I've almost said it. I'm excited again, but I'm trying to stop saying I'm excited because I feel like you guys know already that this match is going to be an entertaining one. And we have got, can we see you doing the haka too, Hamish, brother? Says Thick Boy. Normally, I don't get involved in the haka, and I feel like wearing a suit as well would just go worse. And you guys would get to see that I'm wearing non-suit pants. I have got pants on, but they just aren't the suit ones in this regard because they are just a little bit too big. We have got sup lads from South Africa as well, says Ryan. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is good to see a Banks is better than Beale as well, says Curious George. He is definitely a talented player, Tom Banks, and I'm excited to see. I've said excited again. How many times have I said excited so far on this live stream? It's probably getting close to about 40, even though we've only been going for about 40 minutes, but I think it's going to be one of those matches that we really get to see Tom Banks get a good opportunity joining the line. And I think that's how they've got to try and wear down the All Blacks. They've got to keep it fast-paced in that back line and try and make sure that the All Blacks are on the back foot, because we've seen when the All Blacks have time to really set themselves, you can't really get through that defence too often. But when it's on those quick breaks, the likes of Andrew Callaway, we've seen him score a few tries, Tate Mcdermott around the side, it is when the All Blacks is kind of scattering, trying to get into position, that then you can find your way through the gap. But we are about to have the national anthem of New Zealand, and then we are going to be getting straight into the haka, and then this match, and Ardie Savea are going to be at the front of the haka for this match. The All Blacks national anthem is being sung at the moment. Well, welcome back as well, says Abdul Malik. Welcome in, mate, and happy Father's Day to your dad as well, says Escaroy. And yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there at this stage. And yeah, his rugby club time, maybe it will give them a bit of luck, the All Blacks, although normally it's the Chiefs that when I wear the Chiefs kit, they always seem to win, other than the one game that they didn't. So then I kind of stopped wearing it because I thought that I may have run out of the luck in that regard. We have also got there. Hi, Hamish, looking really snappy. Greetings from South Africa. Welcome in, Russell. Early morning start for you guys from South Africa, 8 a.m. But I am glad to see you all here ready to go for this match. And we have got there. Hello, this layout is different than I remember as well, says Danny. It's a little bit different. I have got the suit on for this live stream because, of course, we love to wear a suit when it is a big match feel. And this is exactly what the big match is going to be, because it's a must-win for both sides. I'll be honest, the All Blacks need this one to be able to leapfrog the South Africans, who are sitting in first at the moment on the Rugby Championship table. Australia, they need this win to push themselves towards being anywhere near being able to win the Rugby Championship, and also just so that they don't go down 3-0 into the Bledisloe Cup series. So they will be able to have a big game here, the Wallabies, but they are showing TJ Perenara. He is not going to be starting Brad Weber for this match, which is an interesting choice. But Brad Weber, very good for the Chiefs. Did re-sign with them recently. Someone who didn't re-sign with them, though, Damian McKenzie, is heading to Japan. And Josh Ioane is going to be slotting in for the Chiefs. But the New Zealand national anthem is just about up. Then we will have the Australian, and then we will be ready to go. And we have got Canada beat USA. I saw that it was about 34 points to 21 or something. And I think USA were actually the favourites for that match, if I'm not wrong. So it's interesting that they have decided... Canada just decided to play very well, and now it all comes down to the second match of that kind of two-match series, I should say, even as Aussies give the national anthem contest to New Zealand every time, although that's a massive Australian jersey on the ground with the Cadbury logo straight across the middle of it. They are playing for the pride of the jersey at the moment here, the Wallabies. They need to make sure that they don't have a game like the second one, a game like the first one, but with the reverse score. They would be pretty happy with, I would think, getting their win here once again at Optus Stadium for the second time in a row. They have only played one game here. Maybe they can do it again. We have got there. I've never seen Brad Weber in action. Not sure show how he is rated either. He's one of those players. He reminds me a little bit, I guess. He's not really an Aaron Smith. He's more of a running player than a kicking player, I would say, for Brad Weber. He seems to love trying to pierce that gap around the side and just hitting it up at the line. And that is actually something I should mention. Last time these two sides played at Optus Stadium, that was the tactic of Nick White. He had a whole heap of carries for the Wallabies and just kept on hitting it up at the line, creating the gaps on the outside because they had to keep on luring themselves in to defend him. So Tate McDermott's another player who could easily get himself into that category of really being the sniper in this match. Like I mentioned, but the Australian national anthem is going to be over. Tom Banks, I read the lips. He said, yeah, boys. And he is ready to go for this match. And we have got there, they are playing for the pride of Cadbury. No, the pride of the jersey, not the pride of Cadbury. I mean, Cadbury wouldn't mind if they get a win here, because I'm sure that their stocks would go through the roof if that was the case. But now we are going to get to see the haka between these two sides. I'm not writing the Aussies off at all neither. They are a strong side. And the Wallabies, if they can put it together for a little bit longer in this match than they did for the first two, they could really contest up against the All Blacks in this game. Looking dapper lad as well, says Isaac Williams. Thanks very much, mate. Do appreciate you being here. And Gareth is here as well. Morning, Hamish. Welcome in. And we have also got their greetings from South Africa. I think the championship victory belongs to the All Blacks. They show more great improvement and have great flair as well from freaking. Yeah, at this stage, we're going to get to see a little bit more of that flair. And we do see Ardie Savea at the front of the haka, which is absolutely awesome. The first game that he is going to be captaining for the side with Sam Whitelock still in New Zealand. And they are just showing it at the moment. I'm trying not to end up not saying anything, but this looks like a big moment for Ardie Savea to be able to lead the troops out into the battlefield at Optus Stadium. And they are fired up. They have got him, Cody Taylor, and Rieko Ioane, who always shows a lot of passion throughout the hakas. The national anthems, by the way, as well, says Izzy. Well, and at this stage, we have had the national anthems. We are now getting into the stage of seeing the match after this haka, but at this stage, the All Blacks look fired up. Ardie Savea at the front. And you can see how much it means to him to be the captain. And you think with that captain's jersey as well, he is going to be trying to have the performance of his life in that All Blacks kit. But the Wallabies will have something to say with it. They've almost got a little bit of a formation of kind of one behind the other on the diagonal, but that is the haka done. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the third Bledisloe Cup test match. Rieko Ioane giving a bit of a stare down and wondering whether or not he's looking at Samu Kerevi, because if he is, Samu Kerevi has the ability to run over the top of him if he does decide to. But let's hope Scott Barrett doesn't get a red card. And it's interesting, actually, now that you say it, I think in the kind of starting lineups, they had his name in red, but I don't think it was for that reason. I think it was because he was playing in the 5 jersey rather than 4. But of course, last time Optus Stadium came around, Scott Barrett was only on the field for half of the game. So will there be a red card in this game? I guess that is a great question to ask you guys in the chat. People in the crowd also doing the haka, but it is going to be the Wallabies kicking off from right to left. Noah Lolesio will be getting us underway for this match. And Damon Murphy, why did I struggle so much with that name? Damon Murphy. I tell you what, my tongue's trying to do all sorts of weird things. Damon Murphy doesn't want to come out. Damon Murphy is the referee for this one, the head referee in this match. That was a hard name. That shouldn't have been a hard name to say. Greetings from Bali as well, says Amanda. Welcome in. And we have also got there 79, think that the All Blacks are going to win as well, says Mr. Les. And of course, or Mr. Lees, that is actually the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll already, be sure to do so. You can vote throughout the whole match as well. At this stage, Australia going to be kicking off with Noah Lolesio. And the whistle is blown, and this match is about to be underway. The Wallabies taking on the All Blacks for the 3rd time this year. The 2nd match of the Rugby Championship, claimed by Rieko Ioane off kickoff. Gives it to Havili, who hits it up, tackled by Philip and Alalatoa. 20 metres out from their own line here, the All Blacks. Brad Weber fires it to Cody Taylor. Looking to make a couple extra meters. Good defense there, though. Getting driven backwards by Slipper. Brad Weber fires it back to Beauden Barrett in the pocket, looking for the touchline. And he does find it just outside of the 22. Good start to the match for the Wallabies in terms of the territory. We have got Come On Wallabies as well, says Aru, and also All Blacks 35. And it will be Australia 22. That is actually pretty close to our score prediction that we did in the live stream yesterday. Falaufa not wasting any time with the line out, but it has been claimed by the All Blacks. They've been able to get that one against the feed for the first time, but it's almost stolen by the Wallabies. No, it is going to be a little knock on, I believe. So it will be a scrum feed to the All Blacks. Just got stuck in the breakdown there. And it's actually Paenga-Amoso. I thought he was out because of having a baby, but they just mentioned about an injury there. But the ball just got stuck underneath James Slipper there in the breakdown. It was an awkward fall, and because of it, it does mean that now it will be that. Look, is that James Slipper? Yes, it is. I thought it was Angus Bell for a second there that they had gone with him. We've got their Haymate as Dalton Papali'i playing. He is indeed. He's going to be in the number 7 jersey for this one. The loose forward trio that the All Blacks have gone with. In fact, while I am at it, I will quickly go like this, and I will put it up on the screen for you guys to be able to see exactly who the All Blacks have gone with in this match while I am getting my scoreboard up and running as well. We will go like this. We will go like this, hopefully. And that's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks there. Front row's going down, unfortunately, for the Wallabies. And because of it now, it does mean that it is going to be the penalty early on to the All Blacks just outside of their 22. So a good position on the field for them here to be able to get some real meters right. So that is the starting lineup. I have now got it so that this is going to be updating, and it is currently 1 minute into the game. As you can see, this one's a little bit more accurate than the other one that we do use a few times. I won't say the name because I feel like that sounds like I am slandering them, but we have got JPSF. Why you set it up? It is a big match, so I decided to go with it. That is a throw over the back into the hands of Harvey Lee. They decided to go with a very long throw in that one. Counter ruck there from Michael Hooper, not quite working out. Because it's a big Brody Retallick. Nepolala's already lost a boot next to the breakdown. It's going to be going short side here. Anton Leonard Brown gives it to Rico Ioane. Good tackle from Noel Alessio. The All Blacks looking like they're going to try and put a few phases together just inside of the half of the Wallabies. Bauer with a carry. Weber going back to Bowden Barrett, setting up for a kick in behind, looking for the 50-22. He is inside of his half. And if this one bounces into touch, although Will Jordan was almost right on it as well, Tom Banks tries to kick it downfield, charged down by Dalton Pavali. He gives it to Falau Whainga now of the bounce, and it is going to be the Wallabies now who has got the ball. It's Samu Karevi around the side of the breakdown. He's trying to link up with Marika Korombeti. Gives it to him. Will Jordan's going to stop him though, is he? No. He got to the line. No, he's an inch short of the line. They are going upstairs. Did Marika Korombeti just score the opening try of the match? Samu Karevi cutting the defence open in that one. I like your channel, mate. Let's go, AB, says Tame. Thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you being here. Rico for the first try, says Clayton as well. Was that a try there for Marika Korombeti? But in the end, it was Samu Karevi decided to go pick and go around the side of the breakdown. Scott Barrett getting fended off. It was 2-on-1 in that situation. Samu Karevi, then Will Jordan able to get just enough of the clip on Marika Korombeti. He touched that ball down on the line. That is going to be a try to the Wallabies to start this match off by the looks of it. And what a start for them. And this one, they are saying he was short originally, but I believe he wasn't held, so he's allowed to go again here, Marika Korombeti. Okay, or is he? Is Bowden Barrett, are they saying that Bowden Barrett was able to get just enough of a hold on him in that situation? But Marika Korombeti does dot it down on the line. So if they say that it is not a double movement, that is a try for Marika Korombeti to start this match off. I believe it is a try to the Wallabies. We always got there. Well, what a start for the Wallabies as well, says Tame. Indeed, Samu Karevi already 3 minutes into his Wallabies kit for this season, and he's already been able to set up a try here for Marika Korombeti by the looks of it, although they are checking a tackle here. Oh, okay, they're seeing whether or not Falau Whainga, I believe, leading with the elbows. They're checking about 6 different things here at the moment, the TMO. And we have got, this reminds me way back when me and my dad would listen to the game over the radio station as well, says Norma Jean. And Norma Jean, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, at this stage, I guess it is the closest thing to radio commentary out there, alongside being able to talk to you guys in the chat as well. No try, Hamish, as well, says Robbie. Oh, he's in an offside position. It's going to be a no try. Jeez, okay, so there is going to be a cancelled out try for the Wallabies. But what a start it would have been for Samu Karevi to be able to offload it to us. It was Marika Korombeti, but it is going to be called offside and no try. Thank you for the stream as well, says Norma Jean. No worries. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be covering every game of the Rugby Championship, including the matches that are going to be taking place next week. And boy, there are some good ones coming up. But it's a penalty to the All Blacks. And by the looks of it, Artie Savia was thinking about saying go for the post, but then Bowden Barrett kind of looked at him and went, you sure? And then instead now, I believe they are going to be kicking it for the corner, and the All Blacks going to be playing aggressively here straight away. And we have got Mopaha Sevod as well. Yeah, no try for Marika Korombeti there. Almost able to get himself a try within the first 3 minutes of the game. But now Bowden Barrett's going to be kicking it for the corner, and Cody Taylor will now have to line out, throw 10 metres out from the line. Wallabies carving up the All Blacks, says Luke, although it is a no try. So at this stage, we are in that situation now of the All Blacks possibly getting the chance to be able to score the first try of this match. It's going to be Cody Taylor, goes to the front, gives it to Retallick now. And they're going for this rolling maul, trying to cut it off here for the Wallabies. Not quite working out for them. Cody Taylor now going to be rolling forward. In the rolling maul, they've got the advantage as well here. The All Blacks, it's gone down 10 metres out. Brad Weber thinks about going short side instead. Bowden Barrett cross kick now. It's going out to Rico Ioane, taking it nicely, gives it to Geordie Barrett on the inside, who has fallen over though. 15 metres out here for the All Blacks. Round this side there, claimed by, it was Leonakatau, and they're going back for the penalty to the All Blacks now as well. Wallabies on top, as well, says Luke. They were for a moment up until they decided to disallow the try for the player being offside. But they had the 5 points. They did have 5 points on the ball for a moment, but Rico Ioane there got that ball off the cross kick, and then Geordie Barrett, just enough of a bit of contact from Andrew Callaway to stop that from setting up Chira as well. From it is a Rio gamer. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Geordie fell over, as well, says Ryan. Yeah, he ended up getting ankle tapped by Andrew Callaway. Just wasn't quite able to find the footing after that. And All Blacks for life, says Bailey as well. And do let me know, everyone in the chat, who you think is going to score the first try of the match. And tell you what, Cody Taylor's a decent shout, because the All Blacks from 10 metres out have decided to kick it for the corner once again. We have got their refs robbing us again, or robbing us already, as well. Says, like, I mean, it's still very early in the match. There's still plenty of time left, but now it's going to be Brody Retallick. getting this ball in the rolling maul once again for the All Blacks. Cody Taylor asking for it at the back, and he has got it. The Wallabies need to try and stop this very soon, or else they'll get that little bit of forward momentum. Brad Weber looks like he wants the ball, but Cody Taylor's going, nah, mate, I want it. It's gone down to ground, though, and now it's going to be the scrum feed for the Wallabies. So perhaps Brad Weber knows best in that situation. Cody Taylor wanted to try and get that rolling maul creeping forward just a little bit more, but in the end, the Wallabies were able to stop it. I believe it was Matt Phillip who got straight on that one through the middle of the rolling maul, was able to get his hands on it, and now it does mean that it's a scrum feed for the Wallabies, only a few meters out from their line. It's going to be tough for them to get out of this position without probably clearing kicking, I think is the best option. Cody Taylor will as well, says Manuel, and also we have got there soft-roading New Zealand. That's their bugger. They were close to being able to get going there, but the rolling maul already, we can see the aggression from the captaining of Ardie Savia, I guess you could say. At the same time, it's that position of 10 meters out, and they go, we'll kick for the corner rather than going for the three-pointer. So they want the bonus point in the Rugby Championship. Every point is crucial here for the All Blacks and also for the Wallabies. We can see the table here. South Africa leading the group with 9 points. They've played 2 games, so this is a second game for the All Blacks and also for the Wallabies. If the All Blacks win this game by 5 points or more, they will go ahead of, okay, it's a scrum penalty to the Wallabies. Only 5 meters out there. Nepal Olala is complaining a little bit, but it is now going to mean that they are going to be able to kick this downfield, the Wallabies, and have the line out as well. So that is a win-win for the Wallabies in that situation. Tom Banks has got a very good boot, and he is going to be putting as many meters on this kick as he can. Yeah, that's an interesting table. And there are a few interesting fixtures coming up for both of these sides. While we have got a little bit of a stoppage in play for Tom Banks, kicking it into touch. You can see here that next week, on Sunday, it is going to be New Zealand taking on Argentina. It's a double-header the next week after. On the Saturday is the second matchup. Then the big one, 25th of September, 7:05 p.m. kickoff in New Zealand, 9:05 p.m. kickoff, or 9:05 a.m. kickoff in South Africa is when that game between the All Blacks and the Springboks is going to be taking place for Laufainar. Getting the line out straight that time. Samu Karevi straightening with his run there. Dalton Bubbly trying to get in there, not quite able to get it. McDermott gives it to Phillip, who is now going to be having his first carry of the match so far. Tate McDermott goes back now. Noel Alessio looking like they're going to be running this one out here. The Wallabies only 30 meters out from their own line. And it's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks now for not releasing. So now this one is once again a very easily kickable 3. But will they go for it, or will they continue to go for the persistence of the rolling maul? Brad Weber looks like he's the one who wants to put it into touch here. They are going to be taking on the three-pointer. They've decided that instead of going for the corner again, they're going to get some points on the board. It will be Beauden Barrett who will be taking this kick. No sign of Richie Mo'unga this week. He is still in New Zealand alongside Whitelock and also Aaron Smith. It was David Havili who got straight on that ball there to win the penalty for a side. Dave Rennie, not a happy man at the moment. Will they kick as well, says Off-Roading NZ? They have indeed. They've decided that they will go for the three-pointer rather than the 7. Looking sharp cool as well, says Oldie. Thank you very much, mate. We are wearing the suit because it is a big match, and anytime there is a big match, we seem to whip out the tuxedo. And also got my dad's rugby club tie for Father's Day as well. So a shout out to all the fathers out there watching a bit of rugby on a Sunday afternoon. What a way to do it, although it is a little bit later here in New Zealand, of course, 6:18 p.m. The sun's probably almost gone down, but Beauden Barrett now going to be hoping to get this kick over to give the All Blacks a little bit of an early lead. Morning, Amish, as well, says George. Welcome in, mate. It's good to see all the South Africans waking up nice and early for this match. And yeah, hopefully you guys are all going to be enjoying it, because at this stage, seems like it's going to be played with quite a few fast-paced maneuvers from both sides. We've already seen 2 cross-kick attempts from the All Blacks, a line break from the Wallabies as well. So it's going to be very exciting to see where it goes from here. But we have got there, let's go ABs as well, says Robbie Bartlett. I believe you're a little bit ahead, mate, because Beauden Barrett now, just for me now, is kicking it over. So it does make the score 3-0 to the All Blacks after 9 minutes. So a good start to the match for the All Blacks, getting some early points for the pressure that they have created. There's been a few penalties. I believe it is 3 or 4 penalties against the Wallabies so far in only the 8 minutes of this first match. Will you wear the suit for the ABs versus South Africa 100th test? I feel like that is the best occasion to be wearing it because of the fact that it's going to be an awesome match. It's almost got that World Cup kind of feel to it with the the 2 teams playing. Everyone is going to be watching that first match, which is absolutely awesome. And we have got best fight of the season, Mr. Lees, as well, says Victor Marshall, but that one's going to be claimed by Rieko Ioane once again off kickoff. Brad Weber passes it back. Brody Retallick now going to get the carry. Michael Hooper saying that maybe Nepo Lalala was a little bit in front of him. Oh, a good clean out there from James Slipper, putting the pressure on Weber, who does get the kick away. Tom Banks lining this one up, taking it beautifully in the air, dragged down by Havili though once again. But the Wallabies have this ball 40 meters out. Noel Alessio gives it to Phillip. Now Samu Karevi bumping off Ardie Savia. That is something you don't see too often. But now Papa Lee, unfortunately, almost ending up on the wrong side of the ruck. He's done well there. McDermott now gives it out to Tom Banks with the step drag down by Akira Ioane. And once again, going short side, McDermott gives it into the hands of Lena Cattell, almost able to pierce the gap, 40 metres out still for the Wallabies. Little bit of a draw and pass there from Tate McDermott. Falafaya plays halfback, gives it to Valentini. And at this stage, good face play for the Wallabies, putting a few together here, up to 5 now. Phillip gives it back to Samu Karevi, and once again, running hard at the line, not quite able to pierce the gap. McDermott now gives it to Slipper. Good defense from Nepololala and the rest of the All Blacks to not let them get a line break, but it could be coming very soon. Beautiful inside ball. Swinton nailed in the tackle by Dalton Papali. And at this stage, they are still 40 metres out. The Wallabies not really going anywhere yet, but they are persistent. And now it's going to be a quick hands on the outside. Callaway not able to link up with Lena Cattell. Could have created the gap. Dave McDermott now gives it back. It's a loose pass. Going to be sitting up for Samu Karevi on the halfway line. And that is another big hit. 10 phases down here. And it's going to be a little knock on from the All Blacks. So they are going to be going back now for the scrum feed for the Wallabies. And tell you what, that was good defense from the All Blacks, just keeping on, forcing them backwards. And in the end, the Wallabies weren't willing to go for that kicking opportunity. So now it does mean that it's going to be another scrum. We have got high all from New Zealand. Oh, I'm from New Zealand as well, says Karina. Do let me know your score prediction in the chat as well. We have got auctioneer mode is on at all times, or is on all the time as well, says Danny. It is indeed, because of the fact it's quite hard balancing kind of commentary and also with the chat. And I want to read every single message that I can in that regard. So I try and do a little bit of both. But I hopefully haven't missed too many messages, although it is going extremely quick. It's a Barrett Fest 2021 as well, says Katie Dixon. I heard a stat earlier in one of the comment sections, I believe it was from Johnny Blaze. He said 20% of the starting lineup for the All Blacks are Barretts. And then I guess you could say another 2 players out on the field. 5 of the All Blacks players are brothers. It's Beauden Barrett, Geordie Barrett, Scott Barrett, and then Akira Ioane and Rico Ioane. But now it's going to be a scrum feed here for the Wallabies. 35 out from the All Blacks line. The pack weight's 895 for the Wallabies, 912 for the All Blacks. 2 big packs, and that's a big push. But they have been able to retain this one here, the Wallabies. Oh, it's a loose pass from Tate McDermott, not quite able to link up. And now it's going to be a counter-attack from the All Blacks. Ball sitting up for Will Jordan, kicked him behind. Looking for a lot of space, and he's got pace as well, Will Jordan. But the bounce wasn't favourable. It's going to be taken by Marika Korombedi, and it's put into touch as well. A lot of pressure on Marika there, but he was able to handle it. Geordie Barrett running through, chasing that kick as well. But McDermott just held off the pass a little bit too long. Oh, Beauden Barrett actually, that would have hurt the back of the head. He almost had a headbutt from Samu Karevi. Nowhere near like on purpose or anything. It just ended up, they both ended up trying to take up the same piece of grass out at Optus Stadium. And then from there, Will Jordan with a bit of a chase. The ball normally sits up for that man, but it decided to ignore him in that regard. But now it's going to be a line out. Cody Taylor, 15 metres out, going to the back. Almost stolen by Darcy Swain. But Akira Ioane now breaking off the back, trying to get himself a few extra metres, I believe. A few of the All Blacks backs are committed in that breakdown as well, with the likes of Havili and Jordan. Now they're still going to be 10 metres out. Adi Savia trying to move his way forward, and it's going to be almost Michael Hooper. Nepololala just takes the carry, trying to get it set for the All Blacks. That then decide to go somewhere. Michael Hooper just making a nuisance of himself in the breakdown. It was cleared out. It's a quick tap from Adi Savia, getting close to the line. Offloads it back. It's going to be Beauden Barrett now on the inside. Great low tackle from Lockie Swinton. And it is going to be going back. Number 1 wasn't 10, so it's a penalty for the All Blacks 5 metres out. So it's James Slipper who was penalised for offside. Tell you what, this game is getting played at a frantic pace between them. Cody Taylor's still down a little bit, catching a breather. So pretty much what happened there was Michael Hooper was trying to get in the breakdown originally. I believe it was with the player not quite releasing, or it might have been coming in through the side actually against Alan Alatoa, which originally gave away the penalty. Quick tap taken by the captain, Adi Savi, and then from there, ball popped out the side, but they weren't back 10. So that is what the penalty is for Wallabies as well, says Pye. And also we have got there 42-24 for the All Blacks versus the Wallabies, says Jet. And also we have got there, you started a rapping career, says Danny. So perhaps if it doesn't work out for me on YouTube, can go down the rapping line. Also could go down the line of an auctioneer or a horse racing commentator is another one I've been told that it would be decent at. Kick it in the guts, Trev, as well, says Chuck. And at this stage, the All Blacks going to be taking on the 3-pointer once again. So at this stage, 14 minutes gone in this match, and Beauden Barrett 1 from 1. And Michael Hooper, captain of the Wallabies, they will only be 6 points behind with him kicking this one over. There is still a chance that they will be able to score the first try of the match. They almost had it with Marika Korombedi. At this stage, it was in the situation of being cancelled out for the try because of offside originally, but Samu Karevi looking dangerous in the midfield for the Wallabies. Beauden Barrett kicking that one over, so now the score going to be 6-0 to the All Blacks, just extending that lead a little bit more. We have got, hey guys, good game, or good fast game as well, says Tahi. It is indeed. it's making me struggle to keep up with all of the plays that are happening out on the field at the moment. Like, we're seeing passes all over the place, cross-kick attempts, turnovers, all sorts going on in this matchup below from Tiger, and also great commentary, John and Jersey as well, says Johnson. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Noah Lolesio once again going to be kicking off this one for the Wallabies. Looking for Rieko Ioane once again. And of course, the reason for that is the sun is directly into that man's eyes, but he's able to take 3 from 3 so far of the kickoffs. Now it's going to be Weber giving it to big Brodie Retallick, getting driven backwards in the tackle, but he's found the offload, and Beauden Barrett going to kick the ball down the middle of the field. Now going to be sitting up for Marika Korombeti, give that man a few meters, and he's charging forward. A great tackle from Brodie Retallick, went low, which is exactly what you got to do on Marika Korombeti. Now it's going to be Tom Banks trying to pierce the line just outside of the 22 for the Wallabies now. Passing it across to the right, Michael Hooper inside ball. Great hands from Matt Phillip there to be able to claim that one, but unfortunately looking for the offload didn't work out, and now Beauden Barrett sees the space for the All Blacks, kicks it on the left boot. Downfield looking for the 50-22 once again, but it's going to be setting up for Samu Karevi. Passes it across field now into the hands of Tom Banks. This game's starting to open up. There's a lot of space out here for the Wallabies. Passes the wide ball out to Marika Korombeti once again. Leonard Brown marking up with him, going low. Great low tackle from Anton Leonard Brown on the halfway line. But the Wallabies have still got the possession at this stage. Going to Lolesio. Back to Swain. Gives it to Samu Karevi. Offload back to Matt Phillip as well. Darcy Swain almost tackled him there. Going back now, Lockie Swinton. It's just a game of hot potato at the moment between the two sides. No one seems to want to take it to ground, but now Lockie Swinton has been able to do so. McDermott looks like he is going to be slowing it down. George Bauer looks like he might be a little bit injured there. Hopefully he is all right, but now McDermott going to be kicking this one downfield. Looking for the box kick to go about 30 metres out. Going to be taken nicely by Will Jordan. A lot of pressure on him from Korombeti, and Hooper, though, driving him back 5 metres. Just outside of the 22 for the All Blacks. Now Brad Weber going short side. Anton Leonard Brown gives it to Savia. Going to be tackled nice and low from Folau Fainaa, still on the side of the All Blacks. And at this stage, I'm not sure how many tackles we've had made throughout this match, but it seems like they are tackling at an insane rate. We're probably had on the no. That's a nice little kick in behind from Beauden Barrett. Sits up for Will Jordan. Links up with Brad Weber. Gives it to Geordie Barrett. And he's got Beauden Barrett with him. He's not going to need him, though. And Geordie Barrett scores the opening try of the match for the All Blacks. It is almost a full field try for them. And it all came from that kick from Beauden Barrett. He was right next to his brother as they went to the try line. And Geordie Barrett scores his second try of 2021 and the first of the match for the All Blacks. Was Brad Weber then. Little grubber in behind from Beauden Barrett. Sits up for Will Jordan. Passes it to Brad Weber. Had the man with him. The defence was lured in, and Bordy, that's a combination of Geordie and Beauden. But both of them were there, and in the end, Geordie was the one who was able to finish it for the All Blacks. Set up nicely. Will Jordan just there with the draw and pass. Gives it to Weber. And Geordie Barrett finishes it almost between the posts. Damian McKenzie, best mullet as well, says Tame. And it's actually interesting because of the fact that more points have been scored by All Blacks supporting the mullet than those who haven't got the mullet. But then Geordie Barrett, I think you would consider him to be outside of that, outside of that mullet gang, I guess you could say. But at this stage, the chat is going extremely quick at the moment. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. What's the correct score? Says James as well. Now the score is going to be 13-0 to the All Blacks now. So a good start to the match for them here after 17 minutes, or now 18. But it was just that little kick in behind from Beauden Barrett. And so far, he has gone for 2 cross kicks, about 2 grubbers as well. And he is kicking very nicely, Beauden Barrett, in that number 10 jersey. But Brad Weber, the awareness to be able to go on the inside to Geordie Barrett. He had Beauden Barrett with him. He was doing a little bit of the finger wag. He knew that it was going to be a try. And Tate McDermott wasn't able to stop him. Big hug from the Barrett brothers. Where's Scott? Scott was nowhere to be seen. Not because he got a red card. This is a different game to last time. They are at Optus. He isn't off the field yet. We'll say yet just in case that one backfires. The Barrett spent a few years living in country or county, Meath, Ireland as well, says Michael Duncan. So they've travelled a little bit, the Barretts. And also, I guess it's probably the first time in a while we have seen all 3 Barretts in the starting lineup. Australia versus the Barretts, says Rowan as well. And we always got there who won the Curry Cup semi-final. In the end, it was the Bulls and the Sharks. The Sharks were able to win it 28 points to 24. So they are now in the final up against the Bulls once again at Loftus. We get to see that match quite often, but it is always a very good one. But Folau Fainaa now going to be throwing this one in for the Wallabies. Darcy Swain claims it. Oh, Scott Barrett rushing up, whacking Tate McDermott. There he is. And now going for the counter-attack now, or counter-ruck, but not quite able to get at the Wallabies. Protecting the ball nicely. Michael Hooper now passing across to Rob Valentini. Good lead for the All Blacks. 13 points at this stage, just the 1 try scored by Geordie Barrett so far in this match. And now it's going back to Noah Lolesio. Gives it to Samu Karevi, trying to break the line not quite able to. And I feel like playing a bit of sevens for Samu Kerevi probably has opened up that offload game as well, because of the fact he's normally pretty good with his offloads, but he has been pretty persistent in terms of going for them throughout this first half to try and keep the ball moving for the Wallabies. Straight on the ball, Cody Taylor wins the penalty for the not releasing there. And Darcy Swain just not quite too happy with that one. It was a not releasing penalty, and Cody Taylor is able to get it. It's boring playing odds now, as well, says Obi Snake. I mean, the game's not over yet. The All Blacks, like last time they played against the Wallabies at Optus Stadium, the Wallabies won by 21 points. So there is still a chance that the Wallabies can try and fight back. But with this stat here coming up on the screen at the moment, 7 penalties against the Wallabies to the 1 of the All Blacks. It is a very tough. New Zealand 13 plus as well, says Tame. I think I actually said for my prediction, I said either the New Zealand side was going to win by 20 or the Australians were going to win by 10. So now at this stage, it seems like maybe it could be the first one. 20 minutes down, 13-0 to the All Blacks, and Beauden Barrett once again finding the touchline with the penalty kick, and now Cody Taylor will have another line-out throw. So they haven't lost one yet at this stage, the All Blacks, when it comes to the line-out. The Wallabies just losing the one. 7 penalties against them, though. In this one, the Wallabies early on. Savia taking it nicely, gives it to Weber now. Will Jordan going to be taken on the line. All good low tackle from Michael Hooper there on him, though. Going to be 40 metres out of Kiriuani. Running hard at Valetini. Has been dragged down. Now it's going to be going Weber. Nice inside ball. Nepalulale has a bit of a juggle, but he has been able to claim the ball. Good. Few phases being put together here by the All Blacks, making a few metres with each one as well. Geordie Barrett dragged down. Good low tackle from Andrew Callaway. It's a turnover as well from Tom Banks on the breakdown, but Rico Ioane trying to take it back, but it's on the side of the Wallabies. Now it's going to be Phillip. Gives it back to Alan Alatoa. They've got the ball back here, the Wallabies. What can they do with it? 25 metres out from their own line. Looks like McDermott will be looking for the box kick. Havili trying to make his way through the middle of the breakdown. Wasn't quite able to do so. Lockie Swinton going to have a run here at Scott Barrett and also Bauer. McDermott once again deciding he is going to have the kick this time. Thinking it is the better option from just outside of the 22. Looks like Callaway might try and chase this one, though. And he is going to be pinning the ears back, trying to get to it as soon as he can, but it's going to be taken nicely by Geordie Barrett on the halfway line. Met by Callaway. Offload to Rico Ioane now with a bit of space up the middle of the field. Rico Ioane pins the ears back, and he has been able to just keep his feet underneath him, but now he's slipped over, and unfortunately for him, that's an awkward fall. Dalton Papali'i just wrestled Tate Mcdermott to the ground. I'm not sure whether or not they'll go back and have a look at that, but now it's going to be Brad Weber. Short side, David Havili, quick hands to Leonard Brown, tries to fire it back on the inside, but it's going to be a 4 pass if it was the case. But it is going to be the line out. I believe the foot was just in touch for David Havili. For Leonard Brown. But tell you what, the All Blacks looking like their back line is going extremely quick at the moment with Julian play in the World Cup for the All Blacks, says Tesla. I don't think so. I think they'll be more likely to go with the likes of the young guys like Rico Ioane and Will Jordan. Those kind of guys I think would be more likely to be in the squad than someone like Asavia, even though he is doing very well so far. But Rico Ioane now just losing the footing a little bit there. Does that big step. And then Noel Alicio was able to slow him down, just wasn't quite able to link up with Will Jordan. But then from there, they just kept going. The All Blacks going short side out to the right-hand side. And Michael Hooper bloodpin, and it's not looking good at all. There's quite a bit of blood for Michael Hooper. It's bled all over his arm, all over his leg as well. So he's been cut open on the cheek, and the crowd are letting him have a little bit of a cheer as well because of the fact he is one of the Wallabies standout players throughout this whole year for them at this stage. Thoughts on Brian O'Driscoll as well, says Tame. Okay, I think it was contact with Brodie Retallick's head, maybe. Actually, it was the boot that just raked along. So that is why he ended up going down. It wasn't the initial contact, but it's right here when Michael Hooper fell on the ground near Brodie Retallick, just scraping across the top. Could have taken an eyebrow off with those big spikes of Big Brodie, but now Pete Samu out on the field for the scrum for the Wallabies, and they are going to have it 5 metres out, or 10 metres out, from their own line. All Blacks tackling is the difference as well, says Centris. Yeah, they're just kind of being able to shut down the Wallabies attack, other than very early on in the game. It was when Samu Kerevi was able to pierce the line, but other than that, we saw about 12 phases for the Wallabies just back to back to back, and they ended up losing those metres. Whereas anytime the All Blacks are carrying the ball, they're making those couple metres that can just end up keeping you going over the gain line, which then opens up the opportunity for that back line to do something. That's going to be a big push. And now it's going to be Rob Valetini met by Papali'i, giving it to Samu Kerevi, 10 metres out from the line now. The Wallabies will be setting up for a kick here. Scott Barrett trying to get on the ball. It's going to be 5 back in the pocket, and Noah Lolesio clears the lines of the Wallabies, but there's going to be a penalty. 7 black offside is the call against Dalton Papali'i. So because of it now, it will be the Wallabies who do get the penalty. Probably a good thing as well, because that kick did not find touch there for Noah Lodisio. We have also got there, Palia said, can you show the game too? Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I was to show any match footage or audio, we will get taken straight off YouTube. So I am sorry about that not being able to show it, but I will mention that the highlights will be on the All Blacks YouTube channel, Super Rugby's YouTube channel, and also Stan Sports YouTube channel after the game has finished, probably around half an hour after that. And we have got there, it's going to be a mean game, says Clarence. It is indeed, or Clary, I see in brackets, so I will call you that if that is all right. We have got his hooper injured. He is just in the blood bin at this stage because of the sprig on the boot of Brodie Retallick, kind of just scraping along the top of his head. Is Hooper okay? Yeah, he'll be all right. They'll patch him up. They'll give him a bit of strapping, and he'll be back out there in only a few minutes, Michael Hooper. They just got to stop the bleeding pretty much is the way that he will be able to go back out onto the field. But now at this stage, they have been able to retain their line out here, the Wallabies. McDermott's got this ball 5 meters into their own half here. Looks like he is going to be kicking in behind. It's going to be Marika Cotombedi chasing this one. We were trying to line the ball up, but instead it's going to be running for Will Jordan. Takes it nicely. No, Cotombedi has been able to win that contest in the air. And they have got this ball now available for the Wallabies. McDermott goes back to Lolesio. Passing across Samu Karevi. Battle of a backline opening up here. It's going to be kicked in behind by Leonard Cattell. Close to the touchline. Bowden Barrett, not a lot of space. But he has been able to kick this one downfield. And now it will be a line out for the Wallabies just outside of the 22 of the All Blacks as well. Nick White is actually already standing up with the bib on, possibly wanting to get out there a little bit earlier than expected. 25 minutes into this game, and he is already rearing to go because, of course, last time these two sides played at Optus Stadium, he was one of the key players for the Wallabies because of the fact that he kept on running it hard at the line around the side of the ruck, causing a few issues for the All Blacks defence. So that's going to be claimed nicely here. Now it's going to be Pete Samu, first carry of the match for him. Gives it to McDermott. Pearce on the line. Just there, almost able to sneak through, but great low tackle from Lulala. Gets it to Folau Faiar now. Going to be Valentini driving for Brodie Retallick, trying to get straight on the ball, lost the footing. Is it now McDermott? It's going to be now Folau Faiar, driven backwards in the tackle by Akira Ioane. And they've got this one just outside of the 22 here. The Wallabies, they need to score a try in the next few minutes, I think, to really give them some momentum. That was a huge hit, but it's going to be an advantage now. Akira Ioane, no, Xavier had his hands on the ball, but it's a penalty to the Wallabies for offside. So as the second or third penalty, I believe, up against the All Blacks in this match. Nepo Lulala was the man who just rushed up a little bit too much. And yes, he ended up just going forward a little bit too much to make the tackle on Darcy Swain. We have got there. Really sorry for, I feel really sorry for the Kefu family. Yeah, I did see that they got attacked, didn't they? Which is pretty rough, to be fair. But I did see that they had him on the breakdown. I think it was one of the shows, and he was saying that they are feeling a lot better after a couple of weeks after the incident, which is great to hear. And we have got there that your commentary is awesome. Play-by-play. Thank you as well, says Michael. No worries, mate. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, because it is going to be hugely appreciated, all the support you guys have been showing on these live streams. We've already got over 500 people watching for this one, so it is absolutely awesome. Tell you what, Noah Lolesio kicking for the post here. The Wallabies trying to close this gap a little bit more. The only reason I can think for that is maybe, is Michael Hooper ready to come back out on the field? I would have thought maybe they'd go for the corner or even just go for the scrum from that close out to try and get themselves a try back on the ball. But Noah Lolesio perhaps just giving him a little bit of confidence early on to give him the opportunity of kicking nice and early. And we almost got there. Kiwi Lad's my favourite rugby commentator as well. Says Dave, thank you very much, mate. And how you been today? Says Clary. I've been excited like pretty much all day for this match that was taking place, although I have also been sleeping for most of the day as we were up. He's missed it. He's missed it. Noah Lolesio straight out in front. That's not ideal for the Wallabies there. He was pretty much, it would have been, well, if the odds of being able to kick it, you would have said it was 95% plus, if not almost 99. And it just hasn't gone over. So now it's going to be a 22 dropout, but that will really hurt the Wallabies because of the fact that they possibly should have gone for the corner in that situation. We have got there 520 people watching as well, says Katie. And also we have got there, they need to go for tries against the AB, says Paulie B. Yeah, you don't win games against the All Blacks with just the 3-pointers. You need some tries on the board as well. And now the Wallabies, they are going to be receiving this ball 40 metres out from their own line now. And Tom Banks going to be firing the ball high. Cotombedi chasing hard. But once again, Geordie Barrett going to be lining it up in the air. Takes it nicely. All kicks Marika Cotombedi in the face. Maybe a different Barrett's going to be going to the bin for this match. They might be looking at this one, but Cotombedi has stayed down. And Geordie Barrett just going down. It's going to be a penalty here. Double blow of the whistle. This could be a big moment in the game. Marika Cotombedi is still down, and this could be a red card to Geordie Barrett because he has extended the leg as he was in the air. He ended up, Geordie Barrett went up, and it was just the momentum as he went down, and it just scraped the face of Marika Cotombedi. This is going to be an interesting call. Like they said, he didn't mean to do it because of the fact he was looking for the ball, and he never looks down, but he just ends up extending the leg, which is something you can't afford to do when you're in the air. He lost his balance a little bit, and he scraped the face of Marika Conorbedi with the boots. This could be a red card for a different Barrett from Optus. We will have to wait and see, though. It all comes down to how the TMO say. They have said possibly he ended up, he scraped the boot down the face of Marika Conorbedi. Potential foul play is the call. Is it going to be a red card here? But then the big difference here, if it is a red card, it is only a 20-minute card in the Rugby Championship rather than the 80-minute or the rest of the game. Did they just say red card? They might have just said red card for Geordie Barrett. He scored the first try of the match. Scraped it down the face of Marika Conorbedi. I think Geordie Barrett's going to be off for the rest of the game, which in this situation means that Damian McKenzie will be coming off the bench. Geordie Barrett is a red card. He can't believe it. It's a repeat of what happened 2 years ago for his brother Scott. But I tell you what, 2 years' time, Optus Stadium, Bowden Barrett is going to get himself that red. But at this stage now, they are just asking the question there, Geordie Barrett. You could see he lost his kind of balance in the air. So he ended up kind of extending the leg, and it went straight down the face of Marika Conorbedi. And unfortunately, those are the rules that they have got. Everyone get my emoji out, because that's one of the worst calls, as I said, George Meyer, we have got in there as well. And also Geordie Barrett red card. And Bruce says Paulie B. Yeah, unfortunately, the commentators were saying that they didn't think that it would be a red, but unfortunately, the way that they are saying it is direct contact with the head. Geordie Barrett now going to be joining the bench. And this is an all too familiar feeling for the Barrett brothers. He looks disappointed, Geordie. This was his big opportunity in the starting lineup with Damian McKenzie coming off the bench in 20 minutes' time. I would think he will be slotting into the fullback role, but now hit his face clear red card, says more. So yeah, that's the way that the rule is written. It is if you get direct contact with the head, like they are saying, it wasn't intentional, but he ended up leaning back and it went down the face of Marika Conorbedi. So because of it, oh, what happened there? Tom Banks went for the corner and he's actually hit it into the dead ball line. So it's going to be a 22 dropout now, the Wallabies. At this stage, that was going to be a big opportunity to go for the corner. Once again, yellow at most. You could pun Conorbedi for trying to tackle player in the air as well, says George Meyer. Yeah, I guess Marika Conorbedi, his eyebrow looks a little bit raked up at the moment, but he doesn't look too bad. Michael Hooper at this stage is still off the field due to getting the sprig of Brody Rattel, but that was on the ground rather than in the air as well. We always got there, go Savia in the chat. And are you serious, red as well? Says Smithy Toilet. They did give it as a red, but luckily, the one shining light for the All Blacks in this game is because of the fact that it is only going to be a 20-minute red card, because of the fact that last year in the Rugby Championship, or even prior years, it would have been a full 80 minutes that you are off the field, like Scott found out a couple years ago. But in this game now, it's only going to be a 20-minute red card, so it means that in the total of 18 and a half minutes, a player off the bench that is not Geordie Barrett will be able to make his way out onto the field. And this is the first time we have seen that rule in play. It's a big push from the All Blacks. They've got the advantage as well. Will Jordan now going to be piercing the gap. A great low tackle from Samu Karevi, trying to link up with a bit of an offload. Kiriwani just shunting off players for fun at this stage. 45 minutes out from their own line. And it looks like the All Blacks are going to be playing aggressive. David Arvili with a bit of a cross kick opportunity here. Going to be not quite sitting up for Rieko Ioane though, but they're going back for the penalty because of the advantage. As Damien on now says time, not quite. It will be in the situation of in 20 minutes time, they'll be able to make a sub. And the All Blacks, as long as it's not Geordie Barrett, a player will be able to come out onto the field. So we'll show you guys the bench. These are the players that they have got on option. So more than likely, I think, because of the fact it is the fullback role, Damian McKenzie will make his way out onto the field and get the last 40 or 50 minutes of this game out there for the ABs. It's a big moment in the game, though. There is a red card for this game already, and we are only 30 minutes into it as well, and we will have to wait and see whether or not that leads to a suspension for Geordie Barrett. You'd hate to see it because of the fact that, like they mentioned, it wasn't completely in the intentional kind of region. It was just a factor of he was trying to jump up and he kind of leaned back, which then led the leg to go up, and he ended up just smacking Conorbedi in the mush, which is something, of course, that you can't do. The Hex Rugby confusing as well says it was Danny, and also we have got how about player on the ground as to be 10 metres away from the player landing as well, says Alan. I'm not sure whether that's a rule that they have actually got here in the Rugby Championship, because we normally see the player landing and straight away a player from about a metre away ends up making contact with him. So I'm not sure whether or not that is a thing. In the Rugby Championship, it's going to be a knock-on advantage here for the Wallabies. Second knock-on, so now it's going to be a scrum feed for them. So the Wallabies have got another opportunity, and 9 minutes left in the first half. They're going to have the extra man advantage, and then for about 7 minutes into the second half, they will also have that advantage. This has changed as well, says Danny, and also we have go, let's go ABs, says Mazel, and also we have got their holy Aussies and Milkers as well, says Leanne, and also what the Geordie Barrett got a red card. He did indeed. So he got the try originally for the All Blacks, but then from there, they did say because of the fact that he was falling backwards and ended up making contact with Marika Conorbedi's face with his boot. That is why it became the red card. Now we're waiting for Scott Barrett's red card as well, says Ryan. Although Scott Barrett got one 2 years ago. 2 years' time at Optus, Beauden Barrett is going to end up with his by the looks of it. The way it is going, 4 handling errors against the All Blacks so far in this match, and only the one against the Aussies, or sorry, none against the Aussies in this one. And we have got there a little bit of an early push there, so a free kick for the Wallabies at scrum time, and it looks like Michael Hooper, he's got the headgear on. That is something we don't see too often from Michael Hooper, but I believe it is because of the fact that he was cut open by the boot of Brodie Retallick, so he gets that headgear, kind of channeling his inner Pocock, I guess you could say there. Michael Hooper making his way out, and it is an eruption from the Optus Stadium crowd. They absolutely love him over there at the moment. Go Tonga as well. Oops, sorry, wrong chat as well, says B&B. Although Tonga will be playing in a Rugby World Cup qualifying match in the next couple of months, I believe, which will be pretty awesome. Barrett boys love Reds in Perth as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also, is Akira playing? He is indeed. He is playing in the number 6 jersey for this match. I will quickly put up the lineup for you guys who aren't aware of who is in the starting lineup. Forget about that name down the bottom, Geordie Barrett, because he is not going to be back out on the field for the rest of the game. But did end up getting himself a try beforehand, which was a very nicely set up one by the All Blacks there. But 15 minutes left of the red card now. What can the All Blacks do with the little bit of a disadvantage for the next 8 minutes, and then a little bit of the second half as well? But McDermott there going to be getting that ball at the back, going short side here. Tate McDermott piercing the gap, a good low tackle from Brad Weber, and also it was Papali'i. Now it's going to be Callaway plays halfback as it is Samu Karevi piercing the gap almost, but Havili is opposite number, able to drag him down 40 metres out here for the Wallabies. They have sped this game up a little bit more in the past couple moments here. It's going to be Lena Cattell having the carry. They've still got it here, and if they can put together about 10 phases here, they have got the man advantage. It's going to be Swinton driving forward as well. I believe trying to get in there. They're going back for a penalty though. 2 of the Wallabies earlier on. Savia still trying to steal that ball. Got almost rolled over forward by Darcy Swain, and it's going to be the penalty. 2 of the Wallabies there on the halfway or just inside of their half. So I believe they will be kicking for a touch once again. Tell you what, the chat is going extremely quick at the moment. Michael Weaver is back. I like your kids as well. Says Sebastian and Inner Pocock as well in the chat from Tame. At the stage, almost 600 watching, says Katie Dixon. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering all of the games of the Rugby Championship. Also, just all of the other competitions around the world. The United Rugby Championship, Top 14, Gallagher Premiership. You name it, we are covering it on the channel. It's kicked into touch by Tom Banks now, and at this stage they've shown that the last 4 of 5 penalties have been against the All Blacks. So in the early stages of the match, it was in that situation of it being 7 penalties against the Wallabies, 1 against the All Blacks, but now it's almost reversing in that regard. But at this stage now, the Wallabies going to have a good opportunity to try and get themselves going to the back there. Darcy Swain able to win that line out now, gives it into Anzo Lolicio. Samakaribu once again straightening. He is tackled by 2 of the loose forwards for the All Blacks, Papali'i and Savia. Now, James Slipper, beautiful offload to Darcy Swain, making good meters now. The Wallabies each time they're having a carry. Looks like someone is down. Oh no, Artie Savia, I think, has broken his arm. No, it's not Artie Savia. It might be someone else. Who is that? Who is that player? I'm not sure who it is, but he's kind of trying to do a sit-up at this stage, and it's not working. Now Artie Savia is down again. I think there's either 1 or 2 All Blacks down at the moment, which means really in this situation, it's a 15-on-12 for the Wallabies, but they have been able to get this ball back, the All Blacks. Going to be Brad Weir, yeah, Artie Savia. He is going to be running back to try and join the back line. He doesn't look good, though. But at this stage, Havili trying to do a step, almost stepped himself, and now it's going to be Leonard Brown on the inside, just running sideways. Artie Savia is not flash at the back at the moment. Beauden Barrett gives it back across to Rico Ioane now. Looking for the step, almost able to pierce the gap, but he has lost his footing once again. Looks like it's a bit grippy out there at Optus Stadium. Is it going to be the ball still for the All Blacks? He said it's Brad Weber. So I believe it is Cody Taylor and Artie Savia are down. Beauden Barrett, I don't know whether or not I think he decided to just carry that for the sake of carrying it rather than passing it on the outside to Savia. It is not looking good for Cody Taylor or Artie Savia at the moment for the All Blacks. Cody Taylor looks like he's almost going to have to walk off the field now. So now Will Jordan trying to run forward. I'm surprised the All Blacks haven't just tried to kick this one downfield, although I guess you're in that situation of you could end up with it just ending up in a bad situation. Akira Ioane, they're going to keep on going, the All Blacks, and Akira Ioane driving forward. Offload back to Nepo Lulala. And at this stage, they are not giving up, the All Blacks. They have got 12 men out on the field. In a way, Beauden Barrett, little tip of mind, trying to get a draw. Will Jordan kicking it forward, but it's not quite going to be sitting up. And now it's going to be Tom Banks. Gives it to Mac Phillip. He's trying to pierce the line. Offloads to Marika Kurumbetti with a step. Good low tackle. Beautiful offload. Noah Lalicio links up with Lockie Swinton. They're trying to get the pace going. Lena Cattell's got it. Brad Weber able to stop him. What a run from the Wallabies. Artie Savia still trying to get in that breakdown as well at the moment. Tate McDermott gives it across now. Lolicio Now gives it to Alalatoa. This is a perfect opportunity. They've got the advantage as well. The Wallabies. McDermott goes back. Noel Alessio cross kick. It's opening up. It's going to be Leonard Brown not able to take it. Callaway with the knock on. And they're going back for the penalty. And more than likely, we are going to have a double blow of the whistle because of the fact that there were about 3 players there who just did not look good for the All Blacks. Who broke it says Mazel. I thought originally it was actually Cody Taylor who looked like he had a very bad injury, but I think it may have just been a head knock. It just originally looked as Artie broke his arm. Luckily not. Looks like he is just a little bit wobbly at the moment, Artie Savia. But I thought from the original way it looked like he fell, and then it looked like he went straight to holding the arm, Cody Taylor. But I believe, I'm not sure what happened originally, but it just looked like it was pretty rough for the All Blacks. They were in a way down to 12 men defending against the 15 Wallabies who were just going for it. Noel Alessio, beautiful offload. Gives it to Swinton. Links up with Leonard Cattell. Brad Weber just enough pace to stop him there and drag him down. But then from there, they were able to win the penalty. Tell you what, I will try my best to read all of the chat, but it is going very quick at the moment. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here watching from Botswana as well. Says Lorraine, and also a wrong decision from Barrett to give them the ball as well. Says Ryan, yeah, the little chimba behind, I think he was hoping for the sitting up one for him. And in that situation as well, it was looking like it was going to be decent for Will Jordan. He did get the boot to it, but then it just bounced up, and then it was the counter-attack for the Wallabies. There is a stoppage in play. This game has been played at a frantic pace, as you guys can probably tell from the fact that I'm going at about 1,000 words a minute at the moment. But yeah, we will have to wait and see what is going to be happening here. But Damian McKenzie is going to be around 11 minutes away. They are still down to 14 men, and now at this stage, Cody Taylor was down, Artie Savia was down, and at this stage, it seems like both of them are going to be continuing. So that is going to be Tom Banks now kicking for the corner from about 10 meters out. Was trying to hedge his way a little bit further. No, okay, Cody Taylor is off the field, and Samasoni Takiaho is going to be coming out there. Yes, there's a red card as well, says Roman. Also, we have got, what time have you got on at this stage? It is 36 minutes and 48 seconds into this game. There is a cheer for Tom Banks with that kick going into touch that time. He had a smile on his face as well. Falal fire now going to be firing this ball in for the line out. Going to the middle, gives it to Swinton. A little bit of a set play here. Rob Valentini there. Marika Korombeti. He is in the middle. He has done a bit of a crawl there. He's a metre shorter, is he? They are going to be going upstairs. Was he held once again? It could be that situation. He's been close twice. But did Marika Korombeti, did he crawl to get to the line? It might have been double movement. He has Dan Carter on the bench as well, says Eric Jones. He is not, but they may need him at this stage, depending on how many more injuries they are going to end up with. They are just checking to see whether or not this one is going to be double movement against Marika Korombeti. And also we have got there, has Artie Savia lookalike, also playing number 8. Yeah, Rob Valentini. He hasn't crawled. It is going to be the try to the Wallabies here, by the sounds of it. No, okay, that was just some checking to see whether or not it was the case. We have got another bot in the chat as well. I expected a few because of the fact that we are having quite a few guys watching, right? So at this stage here, so they are saying that he got back up possibly to propel himself forward here. Rob Valentini passes it off to Marika Korombeti. That all looks like one movement from there, but I think I was looking at the wrong thing. We might have to look at it again, right? Okay, he's propelled himself forward, but was he held is the big question here. And breathe as well, says John. This game, I'm going to get a chance to breathe at halftime, I think, but at this stage, it's just all-out pace between these two sides. Was Marika Korombeti able to get that try there? Both knees on the ground. He is jumping up, kind of crawling forward. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's another no try for the Wallabies. And that now means twice now Marika Korombeti could have been over the line, but hasn't quite been able to. Who is injured at this stage? Cody Taylor has gone off the field with his injury. So Samasoni Takiaho now out there. And also, it is the situation of Artie Savia looked a bit wobbly, but he seems to be out there at this stage. His name is on the bench for the ABs as well. I mean, it would take a little while to get over there, I think. But afterwards, maybe I have to make my way out there. I got my dad's club tie. I haven't actually got one myself. So I'll probably just end up getting absolutely smashed by someone like a Marika Korombeti and having to go off the field within the first minute of being out there. Oh, yeah, I've got, damn, this fella's a mint commentator as well. Says, hi, thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you all being here. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to vote in that poll who you think is going to be winning this match between the two sides. I believe the All Blacks will be winning at the moment. Does that count as a tackle as well? Says, bro, or is it because he fell over? I believe it is because he is down. And, okay, Artie Savia also now off the field. And Ethan Blackett has made his way out there. So the captain of the All Blacks is now no longer out there. So now we're in the situation of it will be the co-captains, Brodie Retallick and Beauden Barrett, who will be in charge. But what a big few hits for the All Blacks early on in this situation. If they lose Cody Taylor and Savia going into the next few games, It's going to be tough for them, but they have got a bit of depth there. They've got the likes of a Safa Moore for the hooker position. Now, it was just getting held there by Samisoni Takiao. A little bit of a miscommunication between the two Chiefs teammates, but now it is going to be Brad Weber firing up the box kick. Will Jordan chasing this one. Looking to line up Marika Koromberi. Nice spin, but good low tackle from Will Jordan there. Straight on the ball as well. George Bauer, and that's going to be the penalty to the All Blacks. And now Tate McDermott takes it back. He's thrown it to the backs at this stage, and it will be going for the touchline once again. I think bring Kristen Cullen on from 1996. They need to as well, says Sick Boy. And also we have got there. So is this the proper AB's B team? Or is this now a proper AB's B team? I mean, I don't know whether you can call it a B team, though, because, like, they're still very strong. Like, you look at this one here. So Geordie Barrett's not going to be out there because of the fact that there was the red card. So he's not going to be able to return, but it will be Damien McKenzie more than likely starting in at 15. They've also lost Artie Savia at 8. Instead, now it's going to be Ethan Blackadder as the replacement. And then at number 2, Cody Taylor is off, and it is going to be Samisoni Takiaho. And we've still got another 41 minutes left in this game. So they've lost quite a few men early on here, the All Blacks, but they will be able to keep on fighting in this one and maybe try and get themselves another try before halftime, because they're currently 15 metres out from the line of the Wallabies. And it is a very good position to go for the rolling maul. And we always got there in the chat as well. Marika Koromberi go All Blacks as well, says Apete. And also for a guy who got kicked in the face, Koromberi is looking well as well, says George Barr. Yeah, he's looking a bit better than Michael Hooper, who had to go off, get the strapping and get the headgear put on. That is for sure. But now it's going to be a nice rolling maul here for the All Blacks. Samisoni Takiao, 10 metres out. Ethan Blackadder joining the rolling maul as well. They're trying to stop Darcy Swain from getting over the middle, but now it's going to be Ethan Blackadder getting closer and closer to the line. Pearson underneath is going to be scoring at Ethan Blackadder. He's only been on the field for a few minutes there, and it is the try to the All Blacks just before halftime that extends the lead. Or are they giving it to Bauer? It might have been George Bauer who claimed that one. It was Ethan Blackadder right at the back of the rolling maul, but in the end, he was able to get that one. Nice rolling maul there for the All Blacks. How good are these replacements, as Al says, Rowan? I mean, we just saw the throw-in from Samisoni Takiao go straight. He was at the back of the rolling maul, then gave it to Ethan Blackadder, the other replacement for the All Blacks. These guys are good. These guys who have come off the bench. And now at this stage, Ethan Blackadder was right there. Did they? Yeah, it was Ethan Blackadder. I thought that they were trying to give it to George. Oh, no, he offloaded it out the side to George Bauer. David Arvili actually was the man who was able to score it. Jeez. They just passed it around like it was a rugby ball, I guess you could say, because it is. And they were able to score it there. And we have got there, that's an interesting one from Peter as well. We have got there, this game is not fair, as well, says Betsy. And also we have got there, Happy Father's Day, AB, says Tame. And also in there, how good are these replacements as well in the chat? And his bum, says Samuel. Yeah, was coming out a little bit there for Samisoni Takiaho, but David Havili able to score that try for the All Blacks. He will take it. So they were just passing around. It was Samisoni Takiao, then to Blackadder, then to Havili. They were showing George Bauer when they were showing the cinematic, but it is a try to the All Blacks. And now Bowden Barrett will be kicking this one for the post to end the first half. Oh, that's a rough one. It's gone out to the side. So the score at halftime is going to be 18-0 to the All Blacks. Well, that Orica was utterly useless for the Wallabies. They have still got another 6 minutes, though. But the All Blacks, in a way, they have lost 3 of their starting players. They've lost Geordie Barrett. They've lost Cody Taylor. They have lost Artie Savia, the captain. But they are still trying to fight it. And this dude makes me want to buy something in an auction as well, says Hype. Might have to do some auctions soon. You know, we're getting that comment quite a bit. So maybe it is our calling card. We have got hi from Tanja as well. Welcome in. And also, bro, you're doing awesome, says Clive. Thank you very much, mate. All Blacks will win as well, says Aid. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to vote in that poll with who you think is going to be winning at this stage. I see the votes are just pouring in. Did we hit 1,000 votes in that first half? If you haven't already, also be sure to leave a like. We are sitting on 137 at the moment. Can we push towards 150 before the end of halftime? If you haven't already, also be sure to hit that subscribe button. So the All Blacks are sitting on around 79% of you guys have said that the All Blacks are going to be winning this one. 3% have said a draw as well. We have got Lewis in the chat as well as said hi. And also we have got Abus will win. AB's win this will show real character as well, says Tom. And also we have got William has said you should be an actual commentator. Thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate that. And we have got there. Hamish, could you display the try scorers on screen, please? I actually forgot completely about that, but I will put it up now for you guys. We'll go for the All Blacks. Or actually, I have to have the Wallabies first, won't I? Because of the fact that they have a home side for this match. It is being played at Optus Stadium. They have had 2 disallowed tries so far for the Wallabies. Both Marika Koromberi almost able to score them just inches from the line twice. And in the end now, it does mean that the All Blacks have got a 2-try lead heading into halftime. So we'll put the All Blacks try scorers. And at this stage, I haven't got the minutes that they did score, although I know that one was in the very last minute. I'm not too sure what time the second try was scored, but I will get that information for you guys in a short moment. But it was scored by Jordie Barrett, the man who was no longer out on the field due to the red card. And also the other try was scored by David Havili, who did it very nice indeed. So we will put that down the bottom. And there we go. Right, we are ready to go for the second half, although we have still got a little bit more time before we have got that second half getting underway. So what we will do now is we will get up some stats for you, ladies and gentlemen, who are tuning in. And I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. You guys are just crazy amount of support on this live stream, and I do appreciate every single minute of it, bit of it, I should say. Speaking of the boot to the face, whatever happened to Tavita Nabura as well, says Gregory Grant. It's a good question. I'm not too sure at that stage, unfortunately. We always got there in there. Give a like, folks. As well, says Time Tildiff, and also lose Wallaby, says Araf, and also Cooper replaced by Colby as well, says MH Choi. My voice was trying to disappear there, which was unfortunate, but hopefully it will last for the rest of this live stream because there's still going to be plenty of action. This game is being played at a frantic pace, like I mentioned. Both sides just going for it in that first half. You're awesome, bro, as well, said Manuel. Thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you being here, and also to be sure to use some of those emojis for the channel membership as well, if you would like to. Anyone who wants access to those exclusive emojis, the likes of this man next to me here, Kieran. He is a giant inflatable All Black, and also we have got a couple other emojis available, such as a boomfa and all sorts. If you want access to those, it is the pin comment in the chat. We'll take you to the join page. It is $5 New Zealand a month if you do want to go down that route. But if not, it is well and truly okay. We have got, thank you, Mr. Commentator, as well from Tate, and also first timer here because I have no televised options. Good job, buddy, as well. That was from Paul. Thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this matchup. And at this stage, it's a good one so far. I want to say that the Wallabies are going to score the first try of the second half, though, as one of those little feelings that I've got at the moment. The lineup here for the matches, they have got two strong sides, although the All Blacks are lacking three of their starters at this stage. Looking through some match stats as well for you, ladies and gentlemen. 2 tries scored by the All Blacks. They need one more and then not let the Wallabies score any for it to be able to be a bonus point, I should mention. Who's the ref as well? It is Damon Murphy for this matchup. Jordie Barrett, red card. How? It was because he did jump for the ball, and then in doing so, he ended up extending his leg out, and the sprigs ended up hitting the face of Marika Koromberi. So they said that with the rule book the way that it is a red card to Jordie Barrett, and we have also got there as well in the chat. We have got Go Wallabies from Ram, and also Lose Wallabies from Lewis, and also we have got Who Do You Go For, Bro, as well, says William. I'm pretty impartial in every match that I do on this channel, but I am from New Zealand, so I should well and truly be going for the All Blacks in this one. But I just love watching a bit of trans-Tasman rivalry rugby, and it has been at its best in this match so far with the amount of pace that has been going in this match. 9 defenders beaten for both sides in this one. Hamish the underboss as well, says Morse. Also, Havili will get a hat-trick, says Terry Jones. Father's Day is on Sunday. It is indeed. It is Father's Day today, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And also, I've got my little bit of a special thing for my father because of the fact I am wearing his club rugby tie from our small town as well. So happy Father's Day to him as well. He is in the next room watching the rugby as well. So hopefully, I think I heard a little bit of banging on the table when the All Blacks scored that last try of the half. So I think he is happy at the moment for them. We have what's got there in the chat. The Barretts are cursed with red cards. They are a bit at this stage, unfortunately. What day is Father's Day, says Fury 5 in New Zealand, and I believe it's Australia as well. It is today. And Ace commentating as well, says Blazin. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated all you guys being here. A lot of offloads in this first half, 8 for each side as well. So it's one of those ones that both sides trying to keep that ball moving. 9 missed tackles for both sides. 76 made by the All Blacks. 54 made by the Wallabies. A lot of kicks in play as well. 21 for the All Blacks in that first half. But penalties conceded 10 against the Wallabies, 6 against the All Blacks, and 1 red card, of course, for the All Blacks. And also losing Cody Taylor and Artie Savia due to injury. Anyone have a free live stream, says Wade. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's too many out there, sadly, because of the fact that a lot of them are kind of in that situation of being you got to pay to be able to get the subscription. The likes of Sky, Stan Sports, DSTV, sorry. That tie was a nice touch, Kiwi lads as well, says Mike Webb. Yeah, normally I have just the plain black tie, but I decided I'd mix it up a little bit, definitely for Father's Day. I always wear the suit for the big matches, and this is indeed a big match because the Rugby Championship could be on a line for both of these sides. I will show the table at this stage. This is as it is sitting before the match. So with this game going the way that it is at the moment, the All Blacks would have a better points differential than South Africa. So that would mean that they would be in first place. If they can extend that lead a little bit more and get a couple more tries, they will get that bonus point because I expect the Wallabies to get at least 1 try in this match. I just have that little bit of a feeling, but we will have to wait and see. So pretty much in this situation, the All Blacks, if they can get a big win, they will leapfrog South Africa. But of course, we're going to get to see those fixtures between New Zealand and South Africa on the 25th of September on the Saturday, 7:05 p.m. kickoff here in New Zealand, 2nd of October. We get to see it again the week later. We are spoiled when it comes to international rugby. That is coming up for the All Blacks, and also for the Wallabies. They have to take on the Box next week and also the week after. And then finishing it off with Argentina, 2 games in a row up against the team that they weren't able to beat, but they didn't lose up against them either last year. 2 draws up against Argentina. Going to be an exciting couple fixtures, those ones as well. And we are going to be covering every single one of them on the channel as well. We have got Can Australia beat the Springboks with this performance? It's a tough one. They've had a couple big moments in this first half, and the ones that come to mind straight away is the likes of that one out in front, Noah Lolesio. He missed that kick. Does Argentina versus Argentina, mate, as well, says Dane. They do not. I don't believe, other than only when they're having like a run round on the training pitch. Happy Father's Day, Hamish, mate, as well, says Damon. Happy Father's Day, says Tian in the chat as well. Unbelievable. The Stan Sports commentators trying to justify the red card. Apparently the red card was good for player safety, so says George Meyer. It also looking good, mate, says Stefan. Thank you very much. This is a hobby. You're good, says Wade. It is actually, I guess you could say it's almost becoming a part-time job kind of thing at this stage. So pretty much we only started doing the commentary about a year ago. We did our first ever international fixture, and it was actually the first Bledisloe Cup match of last year. And then from there, since then, we're up to about our 120th live commentary, and we've just been growing and growing ever since. And we are just hopefully going to be able to keep on improving as we go. I always look for feedback and everything from you guys in the chat. We have got a new member on the channel as well. It is James, so thank you very much for hitting that member button, mate. There we go. We do put you up on the screen for a little bit, but I do appreciate that you will now have access to exclusive emojis in the chat, and also member-only live streams and videos when we start posting a few more of those in the future. But yeah, those emojis, the likes of the Kieran emoji. Also, there is a crying George face in the chat that you can use as well. Dumb Wallabies as well, says Raven. Also, Fiji should be in the comp, and it's something that people are looking at in the future. Apparently, Fiji and also Japan have been mentioned for the Rugby Championship with the rumours. Once again, it's the rumour every year, but it is that situation of people are saying that maybe the Springboks will go to the Six Nations. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But if that does happen, then Fiji or Japan would be a perfect suit for that. Zoe has become a channel member as well. Thank you very much for hitting that channel member button. Like I mentioned before, you will have access to those exclusive emojis. And anyone else who does want to become a channel member, it is that pinned comment in the chat. It will take you to the join button. It is $5 New Zealand a month, and you get access to the little bit of extra. And it does help support the channel. We have got how many tries in the first half? Just the 2 tries. Geordie Barrett and David Havili with the 2 try scorers. Crusaders versus Tonga as well, says Dean. That will be a good game. And William and Seth pick up the Kiwi lads. And at this stage, I will tell you guys a few of the players' stats. They aren't exactly as they are, but Marika Korombeti having 72 metres carried so far in this match, and Samu Karevi 49. And they were pretty much all from that nice clean break that they did right at the start, I believe. Although they would have actually cancelled those ones out, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Say hi to the Zigur as well. Zigur, I believe I'm not wrong, from the Gur YouTube. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Shot Zoe, and welcome Zoe as well from all of our channel members in the chat. And at this stage, also for the All Blacks, we've had 36 metres carried for Geordie Barrett. He was able to score the try, and also in just the 4 carries as well. But unfortunately, he is not going to be out on the field any longer. Rieko Ioane, 4 carries, 3 defenders beat him, 1 clean break, and 40 metres carried for that man. So he will be hoping to continue having a good second half. And they have got George Bridge is going to be in that situation of having an opportunity later on in the match as well to come off the bench. We have got the donation from Steve Smith as well. Thank you very much, mate. Happy Father's Day, Amish, and welcome into the live stream. It is good to see you once again, mate. What are you thinking about the first half? And I will ask the question, what do you think the end score is going to be in this one now that you have seen that it is a situation of being 18-0 to the All Blacks? We have got, can Geordie Barrett come back? I'm not sure if I thought the red card, you can't come back in the match. Yeah, unfortunately, Geordie Barrett will not be back out onto the field for the All Blacks. But what can happen is in this situation of that being 6 minutes into the second half, they will be able to bring on a replacement. So in this match, the All Blacks, they've got a few decent replacements that they could bring on, but more than likely, they will go with Damian McKenzie, and he will slot in at fullback as well. And we have got there, bro, do leather jackets, the Kiwi Lads logo as well, says Sweet As. And also we have got best comment yet. They were passing it around like a rugby ball, because it is as well, says Martial Arts. Yeah, that one, I feel like we've got a few of the strange... Well, we know I'm talking this quick as well. I think my brain just keeps on going. But we have got Dime Till Deaf as well, has become a channel member. Thank you very much, mate. We have got 3 new channel members already on this live stream, which is absolutely awesome. And Steve Smith with his donation for the Happy Father's Day. And yeah, shout out to all of you guys. Wow, Father's 20+ win for New Zealand. You did have that prediction yesterday. And at this stage, it's looking pretty likely for us in this situation. And we have also got from Prospect to full patch members as well, said Johnny Blaze, and also Kiwi Lads in the chat has said All Blacks. as well. And also there, Geordie is coming back. Lucky it's not a full red card, although he isn't allowed to come back out onto the field. With the new red card rule, it's 20 minutes that you are off the field for, and then from there, you are allowed to bring on a different player off your bench. Australia are going to win by 5 points as well. In the chat from Jerome, and also we have got there, I know this guy's talking, but is he speaking English as well, says Bremer. It's normally because of the fact that I'm also trying to sell houses as well at the same time, and also trying to commentate the horse racing to see whether or not I can get 3 jobs done at once. So that's why we talk so fast on the channel as well. But we have got BK Sports, isn't very happy with me as well, says Home Rugby. He isn't indeed. I think you guys have got a little bit of a rivalry going on at the moment. By the looks of it. And Zoe is also, but happy Father's Day, John Tate in Poneki as well. So welcome in to the live stream, mate. I did see that you became a channel member and now you have donated as well. So thank you very much for that, mate. I do appreciate all of the support that you guys are showing on the channel as well. We have also got Fury 5 saying I'm a stay prospect. I wear my patch on the inside as well, says Fury 5. Yeah, all you guys in the chat, deep down are the Kiwi lads, aren't you? And we have got horse racing Hamish as well, says Dame. And also we have got 60-0 for the All Blacks, says Gregory Grant. And what the hell is happening? What a stream as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it's going absolutely crazy at the moment. And I am absolutely loving all the support that you guys are showing on this live stream. We have got 177 likes as well. Can we hit 200 before we come back for the second half? We're getting close. We were hitting 140 at halftime. We are still going. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button also and hit that like button. We have got Wallabies is going to get a comeback as well, says Brandon. And how many tries do you guys think is going to be in the second half? Do let me know. And we have got Cotter Ready should have been sent as well, says Trey. And also we have got Greens from Dubai. Thanks. You cannot see your game here on TV, says Tom. So welcome in to the live stream as well. And hi from Ireland. Keep up the good work. Tell you what, we've got people from all around the world. I absolutely love it with the fact that we can cross off multiple continents all on the same live stream. So I do thank you all very much for that support. We just hit 200 likes. We went up 26 likes, ladies and gentlemen, in about 3 seconds. I put up 2, but I meant 3. We'll add another finger in there. Yeah, that sounds dodgy, but 112. Tell you what, it's still going. We're going to be towards 250 at this point. It's sweet as. Has it done the donation as well? I'll buy the jacket with Kiwi lads on it too as well. So sweet as. Thank you very much, mate, for that donation. Halftime is going absolutely insane at the moment with you guys in the chat. I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this live stream. 18-0 at the moment for the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett and David Havili, the 2 try scorers in that first half. We have seen a little bit of an interesting one because of the fact that we did get that red card of Geordie Barrett seen as well. Artie Savia and also Cody Taylor are both off the field at the same time because of injury. So Samasoni Takeo and Ethan Blackadder replacing them. But Havili able to score that rolling maul try, which in the end did give them a little bit more of a leader. We have got, mate, are you wearing trousers also? Says Emerson. I'm not actually wearing suit pants, I guess you could say, in this situation. I have gone with just normal pants because my old pants that I used to wear with my suit aren't actually big enough or are too big, for me to be able to wear because they are a little bit loose. Like this shirt at the moment, like you guys can't quite see it, but it is a very, very loose shirt. But luckily the jacket's a little bit tighter, so it makes it look a little bit better. There we have it's got there in the chat. Can you quickly describe what happened with the red, says Wade? So pretty much what happened there, Geordie Barrett, he scored his try first of all to get the All Blacks on the board with a try. But then from there, he did end up jumping up for the ball. And because he extended his leg forward, he kind of, I feel like, so this is his leg. Okay, this is his leg here, Geordie Barrett. So he jumps up in the air. And then from there, he extends his foot out. And Marika Korombeti's head's over here. And he kind of goes with it and kind of gets him a little bit of a scrape on it. That was the worst analogy I think I have done in a long time. But pretty much that is what happened in that situation. And because the sprig made contact with the face of Marika Korombeti, that is what ended up making it a red card there. And Hamish speaks a million words to win it. Got most commentators beat as well, says Steve Smith. And at this stage now, the second half is getting underway. So I feel like it's going to be even more than a million of the way that the first game was going. The pace of that first half was insane that both sides were going for. Pulling pin on second box of grenades as well. And we have got David in the chat as well. Thank you very much, mate, for that donation. He has put cheers, Hamish, in there as well. You know what, you guys are being supportive on this live stream, that is for sure. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. We are on the halfway line now, and Geordie Barrett getting driven back. Beauden Barrett, Geordie Barrett, not going to be back out on the field for this stage. The new captains at this stage as well is going to be co-captains between Beauden Barrett and Brodie Retallick. They did name 3 captains in the end for the side, but the main captain was Artie Savia, but he is now off the field due to injury. So hopefully that is not a long-term one. We have also got the accident vehicle as well, says Sweet as, and also Hamish, the home of rugby, or the voice of rugby, says Sebastian as well. I do appreciate that as well, mate. Tom Banks kicks that one into touch. So now it will be the All Blacks who will have the opportunity with the line out just outside of the 22. Hamish, do you like NBC Rugby I do not like it. I absolutely love it. The Bunnings NPC. I've been following the competition as it has been going, and I'm hoping to be able to do more live streams on it in the future as well, as soon as it comes back. But yeah, I absolutely love that competition, and we'll be doing a lot of live streams on it. Just a little bit overthrown there from Samasoni Takeaho, which does mean that it wasn't quite as smooth as it could have been. Almost a knock-on from Rob Valentini there on the ground, but the Wallabies still going to have this ball. No, they're not. Dalton Pavali gets straight in there, and it's the turnover for a side. Now it's going to be Bowden Barrett gets to Harvili. Looking almost for the offload. It's going to bounce up into the hands of Michael Hooper now. He is going to get his first carry since getting the headgear on and coming back from the blood bin. Now McDermott going to be passing it back into the hands of Noah Lolesio. And he is going to be kicking it down into the 22, taken nicely by Will Jordan. Got plenty of time here. Going to be kicking it back, almost looking like he's going for the 50-22 as well as he got it. It's going to bounce into touch, or is it? No, it's going to keep on going. It's going to be inside of the in-goal area for Tom Banks. Now, if he was to put that ball down, it would be a goal line dropout, which is why they've decided to try and run it out here. Marika Konombiri passes it back to Tom Banks. So they're really risking it here, the Wallabies, to try and make a few extra meters. Samu Kariri right next to the touchline. But they have been able to make their way out to the 22, which was very nicely done indeed. So now it's going to be across McDermott, gives it to Swinton, just trying to create that angle for the kicking opportunity for either McDermott, or I believe he will be firing it back maybe to Tom Banks. He has got an almighty boot on him. No, he's going to take it himself here, Tate McDermott. Kicking for the touchline. Oh, it's going to be touched down by Scott Barrett. It's going into touch 5 meters out, and now it's going to be a 5 meter line out for the Wallabies. Tame lots as well, says Steve Smith in the chat. And I just realized game was on crowd in Perth or empty stadium as well, says Tom. They have got a lot of people. I believe it was going to be a sold out crowd of 60,000 or so. Not sure whether or not they have got that at the ground, but it certainly looks like quite a few look like a knock on as well from Bro. And also we have got their morning, Jen says, Rowan, welcome in to the live stream, mate. Of course, morning in South Africa at the moment. It is sitting on 916 AM, if I'm not wrong there. And watching from Trinidad in the West Indies, says Peter Morris. So welcome in to the live stream, mate. It's awesome that we've got so many different people from so many different locations around the world for this one. Jordan is a freak as well, says the Dine Till Deaf. Yeah, well, Jordan, he scores tries in pretty much every single match that he plays. We're sitting on 239 likes as well, so thank you all very much for that. Let's see if we can push towards. We'll go for 250 by 50 minutes. It's going absolutely crazy at the moment. For that one, question time as well from Brandon. Fire away, mate. That's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies. And that is exactly what they would have been wanting there, because once again, just going a little bit too early, the front row of the All Blacks, I believe they collapsed a little bit. Falau Whaingaa in that situation, front row collapsing like they are mentioned. In 3 minutes' time, Damian McKenzie will be making his way out onto the field to replace Geordie Barrett. Did get the red card, so he's not going to be able to return Geordie Barrett, but they can make the replacement because of the new rules of the Rugby Championship. Great to people out there as well, says the Guru YouTube, and also we have got their rolling will try, says Bro on the cards, and you're the best commentator, says Arav, and also watching from New Zealand, says Cole as well. So welcome into the live stream. Currently sitting 7:17 p.m. here in New Zealand. It's looking like a beautiful afternoon in Perth. The sun is straight in the eyes of the Wallabies for the second half, taken nicely by Lockie Swinton there. Goes back to Hooper in the pocket. It's going to be Andrew Callaway, I believe, kicking that one downfield straight down the throat of Rieko Ioane, though, and now they've got space, the All Blacks. Will Jordan goes for the kick. It's going to be charged down. Awkward bouncing one, going to be taken nicely by, I believe it was Samu Kariri, who was able to get the hands on the ball. Marika Koronbredi now going around the side of the ruck, going to get hit hard in the tackle. Going to continue to go forward, though, for the Wallabies, trying to get that go forward going, trying to find their way through the defence of the All Blacks. Going to be Falau Whaingaa. No look pass goes out to Andrew Callaway. Little grubber downfield, but it is going to be claimed there by Samasoni Takeaho. That's high, and that's a DDT almost from Falau Whaingaa. They're going to have to go upstairs for this one, I would think. I would have thought it was a little bit high. He kind of had him in the guillotine going for it there, Falau Whaingaa. Are they going to be looking upstairs for it? No, it is just going to be a line out here for the All Blacks, but we have got I see this from New Zealand as well, says Brandon. Also, we have got from Cold Cape Town as well. What temperature is it sitting there at the moment, mate? And we have got there, you said it real, why I tune in as well, says the girl YouTube. I was just looking at that kind of challenge from Falau Whaingaa. Looked a little bit high in that regard, but now, I tell you what, that was going to be high, but Callaway slipped, which was very lucky for him because he was about to run into the wall. That was Nepo Lulala, but now Samu Karevi driving forward, and at the moment the line out for the Wallabies did go their way. They've only had one that they haven't had right yet in this match so far, but now Lena Katau having a drive for that's going to be the All Blacks penalty, and it was Anton Leonard-Brown getting in there for the All Blacks. Him and Harvey have both won turnover penalties, DDT as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, look, it looked a little bit like it on the sideline. I don't know whether or not they went back and had any looks at it or anything like that. I feel like I was just looking at something that maybe wasn't there as this WWE as us this time. It looked like it for a moment between the two hookers out on the field. And we have got Stone Skull, Steve Austin Stunner, as well as Steve Smith and Brody Retallick on the DDT, says Tate. And question time, what is the best All Blacks game? But you can do 2017 to 2020 or best game for the All Blacks. That's a tough one. I feel like any game that they win of the Bledisloe Cup is always nice because of the fact that they have been able to win it quite a bit. But also, I feel like every Bledisloe Cup match, I always get excited for, no matter, even in this one, where it is 2-0, I'm still absolutely loving this game because of the fact that it's in the stage of the Rugby Championship now. These are the rules and the competition formats of the Rugby Championship. So the All Blacks currently have 2 tries in this match. They need 1 more to get that bonus point. And if they do so, they will be sitting top of this table for the Rugby Championship. Just quickly looking at the championship table as well while we are at it. South Africa sitting in first on 9 points. New Zealand in second on 5 with a points differential of plus 35. Samisoni Takiaho now going to have the line out throw 20 metres out from the line here for the All Blacks. Goes to the front. Ethan Blackadder claims it nicely and once again going for that rolling mill. Someone mentioned a rolling mill try a little bit earlier on. Not really going anywhere at the moment for the All Blacks. He has been told to use it once. And now it's starting to creep forward here for the All Blacks. Yeah, but it's starting to make some meters now. Slowly but surely for the All Blacks. Brad Weber takes it off the back now, gives it to David Harvey. He just tries to run over the top of Noel Alessio. Brad Weber now gives it to Scott Barrett. The only Barrett that's left in this one, but it's going to be stripped by Samu Karevi. And now it gives it to Callaway on the outside. Tom Banks, he's got space, he's got pace, but Will Jordan trying to cut him off. Rieko Ioane is going to make the tackle. What a low tackle that is. Tom Banks throws it into touch. Great defense from the All Blacks, from the wingers. Rieko Ioane and Will Jordan. Pace for days, that man. And Tom Banks, he thought he was away with the foot race, but they just were able to cover him. Scott Barrett hitting it up. Samu Karevi just ripping that ball away. No, he didn't even rip it away. Scott Barrett just dropped it. And then from there, Samu Karevi offloads to Callaway. They had the man on the outside, Tom Banks. And then from there, it was a foot race. He was pinning the ears back, Tom Banks. But Rieko Ioane with the low tackle as well was able to make it. And Will Jordan had Marika Korombedi covered on the inside as well. That line out's going to be one now by the All Blacks. It's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks there of the line out. We have what's got there as you get a little pin badges of the New Zealand flags and pin it on your suit as well, says Steve Smith. I actually had the idea a little while ago. I was going to go with the little Kiwi lads pin as well alongside kind of a few of the rugby teams, like maybe a little All Blacks pin as well. But unfortunately, I reached out to like a company and I was like, how would I get a custom badge or kind of custom pin made? And they never replied. And it was like 5 weeks ago, and they just never said anything to me, unfortunately. But now, fortunately for the All Blacks, I should say, Damian McKenzie making his way out onto the field. So now because of it, it does mean that the All Blacks are back to 15. So Geordie Barrett is not allowed to return for this match, but Damian McKenzie is allowed to fill in at fullback. That is the new rule of the competition, and that one did not go well for the All Blacks there. It's going to be won by the Wallabies, and now Lolisio trying to hit it up there, trying to find the gap for the Wallabies once again. They haven't been able to break through. That's an advantage against Alton Papali'i. Tate McDermott sniping round the side. He's driving for great low tackle from Damian McKenzie, though. Believe they have still got the advantage. Matt Phillip going to be a metre short of the line here, and Samu Karevi passes it out. It's going to be Folau Fainga'a, and he's been able to score the try for the Wallabies, and they are back into this contest now. And the crowd have erupted at Optus Stadium. Folau Fainga'a starting this match. Brandon Boyanga-Mosa out with the injury, and he gets the opportunity and has made the most of it there. Tate McDermott, the sniper, as I've called him, breaking the tackle of it was Brad Weber. Also an advantage for offside for the Wallabies as well. Good low tackle from Damian McKenzie making his first tackle of the game, but then Folau Fainga'a, Will Jordan 3-1 out on that side, was able to score it there for the Wallabies. Folau Fainga'a able to get that try. And we have what's got there into the chat as well. Finally, as well, says Sindra. Also, we have got McDermott underrated as well. He is indeed. People don't rate him that much, but they should, because he is brilliant round the side of a breakdown, and he is able to do things like that not many other players can do in terms of just creating that space, breaking tackles as well. Is a very well done. Love that bloke as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also a bet on as well, says the girl YouTube. And also New Zealand going to win as well. And come on, the All Blacks, says Kyle Watson. And at this stage, they need to make sure that they don't let the Wallabies get another try. So the All Blacks, that is the first time for the last 20 minutes they've been back to 15 men. And the first minute of that happening is when they actually ended up conceding the try, which is pretty interesting there. Nice Wallabies as well, says Mazel. And also we have got their Plants vs. Zombies battle for Naperville. You can run questions about George. What is the funny part? What George do? As well, says Brandon. And we actually did a little live stream yesterday on Rugby Challenge. We were hoping to have both of us there for it, but unfortunately didn't quite work out for us in that regard. I need a bong as well, says OB Snake, and they can't choke to the worst nation in the world as well, says Totally as well, and All Blacks joking now as well, says Rohan. It was just a great attacking move from the Wallabies, but line-out time has been a little bit iffy. That kick's going to go over from Noel Alessio, so the score now going to be 7 to the Wallabies, 18 to the All Blacks. I actually said before the end of the halftime break, I said that the Wallabies would be able to score the first try of the second half. I thought it may have actually been McDermott who was going to be able to score it, but instead Falafai was able to do so. But the big thing here for the All Blacks is they need to make sure that they don't concede in the next few moments, or else they will be in a little bit of trouble for the comeback coming on for the Wallabies. But it's going to be kicked off by Beauden Barrett, claimed by Lena Cattell, looking into the sun, kicks it on the left boot downfield, and it has gone into touch. McKenzie takes it, thinks about the quick throw, decides against it. In the end, there we have. It's got there. Has there been any cards yet, says Kyle Watson? We have had the one red card for Geordie Barrett in this match so far. But other than that, we have not had any other yellows or anything like that. But yeah, Samasoni Takiao, like I was mentioning before, his line-out throw is probably the weakest part of his game. I'll be honest, at the Chiefs, it never quite goes the way that he would like, which is why it's very risky in this position to go for those back lineouts rather than going to the front. They've done it again, though. It's gone into the hands of Akira Ioane. And now Weber gives it to Beauden Barrett, Lena Brown, little loop around there. Will Jordan, quick hands out to Rico Ioane. Now going to back his space. He's got McKenzie on the outside as well. Tries to do the draw and pass, goes himself. And now Hooper straight on the ball. No, not able to win the penalty for a side. Weber now passes it back to Will Jordan. Going for the kick of mine, and he's going to be chasing it as well. He's put the kick forward. It's bouncing up nicely for McDermott, who's got it. He sells the dummy, goes himself, Tate Mcdermott, and he is breaking the line again. He is going through Tate Mcdermott just outside of the 22 now, 30 metres out from the line, the Wallabies, and they are starting to find a little bit of momentum in this one. It's going to be Lolesio, gives it to Falau Fainga. Samu Karevi trying to pierce the line. But on the 22 now, the Wallabies are still trying to find that line break once again. We have got to do the ABs have 15 on the pitch now. They do indeed. They are back to 15. So Damian McKenzie is the man that slotted in to replace originally. Oh, that's a good high kick from Tate Mcdermott right into the shade there. Damian McKenzie lines it up, takes it beautifully, and made sure that both of those legs were straight down. You could see it there. He was emphasizing the factor that he didn't end up getting that car, but Beauden Barrett now doing a little bit of a banana kick there. Kicking it awkwardly as it going into touch. Doesn't look like it. Tate McDermott's going to have plenty of time. It's in the in goal as well. Puts it down, and now it is going to be a goal line dropout with the new rules of the Rugby Championship and any other competition as well that does take place after the 1st of August. And we have also got any live link bros. I don't think there are anywhere that the game is being shown for free. Unfortunately, it's only on Stan Sport, Sky Sport, and DSTV, and also I believe Sky Sports in the UK might have the game as well. And bro said, what a legend as well in the chat. And also we have got the Korobiti's face accidentally collided with Geordie Barrett's boot while Geordie was defying gravity as well, says Katie Dixon. Also McDermott is a beast. Ollie L, Boomfa as well in the chat from Sebastian. And also we have got there Craig the Da Vinci Code to scrum last West Tongan 4 as well. He hasn't come off the bench yet for the Wallabies, but I don't think he'll be too far away. I think they'll want to keep their side fresh in the later stages of this first half. We're already up to, the second half. Ethan Blackadder claiming that one off the 22, just running it straight at Darcy Swain. The All Blacks have got this one just outside of the 40-metre line here. It's going to be McKenzie, passes it back now into the hands of David Arveli. Bounce past to Kiriwani, just breaking the tackle there with a fend as well. He's going himself at Kiriwani. He's got Will Jordan with him. He sells the dummy. He does give it to Will Jordan, and that man scores another try here for the All Blacks. But they are the benches, ladies and gentlemen, but the All Blacks now strike once again. They strike back, and it is Will Jordan who was able to score it. Tell you what, Akira Ioane there deserves a lot of praise. TJ Perenara going to be making his way out onto the field as well. I do see so Brad Weber has had his final moments of the game, but it's one of those ones. Akira Ioane, he could have gone himself. He had already broken 2 tackles, 3 tackles almost. He would have been feeling the momentum, but instead, draw and pass, and he gave it to Will Jordan unselfishly and scored the try for the All Blacks. We have got try time as well, says Steve Smith, and also new red cards rule as almost as specific as when lifting and the lineouts was introduced as well, says Tom. Yeah, they have got a big rule book in terms of all of the rules that they have got situated around those red cards. It's like when it is the tackles, if it's mitigating factors and everything like that, they have the big list that they go through to see whether or not it is a red card in this one there. And we always got there that Michael Hooper is an excellent player and captain the coach is another story as well, says David W. Michael Hooper, very talented player. He will be hoping to get a try in this match very soon for his side, or else they will be in a bit of trouble. But I will mention anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. 9 tries for Will Jordan in 2021 so far. He's only played 5 games or something along those lines. That is an insane strike rate for that man. I believe someone else who has a very good strike rate, Makazole Mapimpi, also right up there in terms of tries to game ratio. But Will Jordan looking like he's going to keep on going and keep on scoring tries, 10 and try in the chat from Katie Dixon as well. Will Jordan is the mantis. Akira getting better each game as well, says Joseph. Yeah, he's really finding his feet in that number 6 jersey. And he has kind of secured himself as a starter now. Now it's going to be Beauden Barrett who will be lining up this one now. Oh, he hasn't struck that well at all, Beauden Barrett. He's kind of scuffed it quite badly, but at this stage now, 23 points to the All Blacks and 7 to the Wallabies now. At this stage, the All Blacks, maybe they are trying to work their way towards that bonus point. They're just showing the try once again. It was a very nice one indeed. Akira Ioane just well and truly picking the right time to pass it out the back, and then nice pass off to, it was Will Jordan who was able to score the try like he normally does, because Will Jordan, he is a very good player indeed. We have got there. Will Jordan is a Crusader mate as well, says Tame. He is indeed. He is going to be out on the wing for them. And also a few more changes being made for the All Blacks here. Talvao and also Tuanuki Afi making their way out there alongside TJ Perenara is another player who has made his way out there as well. But now it's going to be Samasoni Takeaho going to get another carry in this match. Has still got control of the ball. So also a change. Angus Bell out there for James Slipper. Oh, it's going to be charged down there by David Havili. Oh, he was kicking at it now. It's going to be Samu Kariri who has been able to grab this one just outside of the 22. Marika Kurumbeti driving forward here. Damian McKenzie trying to get on the ball, not able to. Tate McDermott gives it off to Lockie Swinton. And they are starting to find a little bit of momentum once again here, the Wallabies. They need to take it back, or else the All Blacks, oh, it's a knock-on from Lena Cattell. And that is going to change it. But now Rico Ioane's got this one as well. Dunham Publi, he's going, we'll take the scrum, mate. And at this stage now does mean that it is going to be the scrum for the All Blacks. Barrett kicking well as well, says Rowan. No, unfortunately not in this match. He's had, I believe it's 2 from 4 or something along those lines. He hasn't been striking them very well for a couple of them, Beauden Barrett. How many times left at this stage? We have still got another 23 minutes left of this match as well. And Katie has said that we've got 700 people watching. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to leave a like. We are currently sitting on 272, which is absolutely awesome. And we have also got there great live video, New Zealand as well, says Stephen. And also we have got what's your thoughts on the red card for Geordie, says Harris or Bell. They've got the rules written in such a way that there's really, like, it's very tough for them to not give it as at least a card. I would have thought maybe that it would be in the situation of a yellow card when I first saw it, but the rule is the rule. It touched his face with the sprigs, and it's one of those ones. Geordie Barrett, he didn't mean to do it, but he did end up getting that one. So he might be suspended for the next 3 weeks, depending on how they decide to call it. Akira is the new Richie McCaw as well, says interest. And also the fact that he can play number 6, and also he's kind of playing a little bit of 8 for the Blues as well, but he hasn't done too much of that in more recent time. 10 offloads for the Wallabies, 8 for the All Blacks as well. And they are showing Tuanuki Afi in the front row for the All Blacks. And also Angus Bell is out there as well. I'm interested to see who is going to be the man who scores the next try at this stage. 58 minutes gone. If the All Blacks get one more, they get the bonus point. If they do not score one more, they will receive the 4 points, but they will still move into first place of the Rugby Championship. At the stage, front row going down, and it's a penalty to the Wallabies now. So now, because of it, they're going to get an opportunity. And I see Taniela Tupou also out there on the field for the Wallabies. So all the replacements in the front row for the props, I should say, have both been made their way on there. We have got the Akira as the new Pocock as well. And also we have got greetings from Oldenburg in Germany. Great show as well, says Lars. Thank you very much for tuning in. We have got Steve Smith has put smash the like button, folks. Almost 300. We are indeed working our way towards 300 likes. We've actually got 746 people watching as well, which is absolutely awesome. So I do thank you all very much for that. Tom Banks kicking for the corner here for the Wallabies. So perhaps they are going to go for a little bit of a rolling maul if they can get it right, which they will definitely need to. Falau Whaingaa. Big moment here for him to see whether or not he can get this one right for them. But I'm just looking, Taniela Tupou and Angus Bell both out on the field. They are dangerous players in the front row for the Wallabies, and they did win the penalty at scrum time. D-Mac will score next as well, says Maisel, and that one's gone over the top for the Wallabies though. So the line out throw just hasn't quite worked out, and now it's going to be Rieko Ioane. But in the years back, what an ankle tap that was from whoever that was. I believe it was Samu Karevi, who got just enough of a touch, or else he was going to be running away right there. Perenara now passes it back to Harvey Leonard Brown. Out to Jordan, Damian McKenzie chasing this one hard. It's going to be curling in field as well. Tom Banks taking it one-on-one with Damian McKenzie. Passes it across to McDermott. Now 40 metres out from the line. Sells the dummy Blackadder. Tackles him low on Dalton Publi. Trying to get straight down there. Marika Koromberi, beautiful inside ball. Noah Lalesio trying to link up with Tom Banks. Little flick out the back. That was skills and a half. But he has been dragged down there. Tom Banks, Marika Koromberi once again around the side of the ruck. And Angus Darvell trying to get on the ball, not quite able to. Now McDermott gives it back now. Michael Hooper. Now it's going to be an interception. And David Havili, has he got the base? Samu Karevi trying to catch him. Has he got the toe to do so? He's tried the ankle tap. Havili holds the feet up and he has scored the try. And he is puffed in that situation. I'm puffed from talking about it, but what a try for David Havili. Another interception try in this Tri Nations or the Bledisloe Cup series. And Damian McKenzie was able to score it for the All Blacks. Noel Olesio, beautiful little flick out the back to Tom Banks. They're linking up. It would have been a silky skills try at one end, but instead there, Dalton Babali made the low tackle. Then from there it was Michael Hooper. Gave it to Matt Phillip, the lobby ball. Wasn't able to find the hands of Folau Whainga, and Havili runs through, I should say, and scores his second try of the match. Now, someone said before the match that David Havili was scoring a hat-trick. You might be right, Will, as well, says Rio Gamer. Try time, says Steve Smith as well. The chat is going extremely quick at the moment, and I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this match. The All Blacks now, if it stays the way that it is, they will receive a bonus point and go 1 point ahead of the Springboks. There's the bonus as well, says David. Only if the Wallabies don't score any more tries, that is. If the Wallabies score again, then it's in that situation of once again taking away that bonus point for the All Blacks. So we'll have to wait and see. Havili equals Crusaders King, I should say, sorry. But that's the thing. Havili, like, he transitioned from being a fullback to then deciding Beauden Barrett's missed another one, and that one was straight out in front. Maybe that's the wrong way to be kicking, because also Noel Olesio missed it from straight out in front in the first half. So it's an interesting one in that situation. Bonus points sent engulfing Western Australia, and also we have got Australia must be hating all these intercept tries as well, says Tesla. Dave Rennie there. He just said, idiot, was the call from Dave Rennie in the box. Are there the 15 or 14 players on the field for New Zealand now? Please clarify new red card rule. So they are back to 15 at this stage, and Pavali off the field for Tupavai. Interesting change there. So I guess it would be Ethan Blackadder going to be... Actually, they're going to leave both locks out there. So Tupavai might be playing in the loose forwards, depending on how they go here. But pretty much the new rule is 20 minutes is when the red card is for. So you get 20 minutes off the field, and that player is not allowed to return, but you're allowed to bring on a different player to replace him. Or Callaway running out at the line there. No, actually, would have been possibly... I believe it was Reece Hodge actually hitting the ball up there. Very nicely done. Tupavai straight in that breakdown. Not quite able to get the ball though. Michael Hooper now going to be passing it off to Matt Phillip. Did he get the kick? He did miss it straight out in front there, unfortunately for them. And we have got how appropriate Canterbury are supporting, Capri are supporting, says Cotswold. And also we have got to get to 300 guys as well, says Hunter. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button now. It's going to be Lee Nicotel running up the middle of the field here for the Wallabies. They've got a good lead at the moment, the All Blacks, but the Wallabies have not given up. It's going to be once again Samu Karevi, just been running it straight every day of the week in this match. Reece Hodge now with a bit of a step, offloads it now to Angus Bell. It's a hard man to put down, but Brody Retallick has tied up the bootlaces and taken him down. Swinton now running crossways. He has been dragged down by Tuanuki Afi there. McDermott, once again, they're up to 10 phases here for the Wallabies. Bit of a salad dummy from Reece Hodge, gives it to Hooper as captain. On the 22 now, McDermott passes it across Tom Banks now. Gives it to Samu Karevi, straightening once again. And at this stage now, they are just putting phase after phase together here. The Wallabies, can they keep on defending here? The All Blacks, that's a big question. Got to be driving forward. Ikatel being dragged down now, almost able to win the penalty there. The All Blacks, I believe it would have been Tarval trying to get that one. Angus Bell once again driving 10 metres out now for the Wallabies. McDermott passes it across now to Hooper. Almost dropped that ball, but it was almost a little bit of a cheeky play from Hooper. Kind of almost a little bit of a drop to an offload type thing. I don't even know how to describe it. I think it just slipped through the fingers, but then he was able to regather. Now it's going to be back 16 phases. Folau Whainga's dropped the ball, and now it's a counter-attack for the All Blacks. Once again, Beauden Barrett offload on the inside. McKenzie, that's a skill and a half. He's allowed to keep on going. Damian McKenzie, that was not supposed to happen the way that it did, but it is going to be the try for the All Blacks. Tell you what, that is an interesting one. They're going to go upstairs, I think, for this one, but it's a weird one. Pretty much Beauden Barrett passed it on the inside. Damian McKenzie dropped the ball, bounced off his foot, bounced back up into his hands, and then I think it was a try, but they are going to be looking upstairs whether or not he did have the ball touch the ground and whether it's a knock-on or not. We haven't got one day. The comments will be flying past so fast it will be a pixelated blur, as I said, Steve Smith. As I'll tell you what, it's going quick at the moment. We've got 800 people watching at the moment, which is absolutely awesome. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. Damon Murphy is going upstairs to see whether or not this was a knock on, but Barrett should follow Morningstar on Twitter as well. Says Ryan Wright. So Damian McKenzie drops the ball. It bounces off the knee, hits the foot of Beauden Barrett. So because he is in front of him, that's going to be a no try. It's not a try for the All Blacks. I thought it was actually McKenzie's foot that it did bounce off there. But because it has hit Beauden Barrett's foot and bounced back up to him, it does mean that it is going to be the situation of a no try for Beauden Barrett being offside in that situation. And we have got Wise Barrett kicking. He is the worst kicker in World Rugby at the moment. Get Damo to take over the duties. Unbelievable. WGF Barrett all straight in front as well, says Irish Rover. And that's the first sign of my voice disappearing. It's not ideal. We don't want the voice to go. We've still got live streams to do this weekend. But at this stage, Damian McKenzie thought that he was able to score the try, but unfortunately for him, was disallowed due to him being offside. But we have hit 300 likes as well, so thank you all very much for that. If you are new, be sure to also vote in that poll. We will see what we have got in terms of the percentage of votes. We've got over 1,000 votes. We're sitting at 1,000, almost 1,300, I believe, at this stage. If not even more, no, 1,287, 83% of you has said that the All Blacks is going to be winning, and we also got what's going on in Oz as well as they've been at this stage. Unfortunately for them, they've been decent, but they haven't quite been able to finish some of their opportunities. Unfortunately, the Wallabies, they've got the one try, and that was the try that I haven't actually added to the score sheet at this stage. I have still got not applicable for the Wallabies, but in the end, it was a try scored by Folau Fainga'a. I will quickly add that one to the list. It's a hard name to spell. Maybe that's the spelling. We will wait and see. I think that is the case. And get a yes, please, as well from It Was Steve Smith. And also in there, we have got Beauden as a weak link as well, says Irish Rover, and post-match review as well, says Sebastian. I think that will have to be on the cards for the post-match review. So we will be starting that one pretty much straight after this live stream. But we will be having a bit of a post-match review on this one also. But at this stage, it's looking like it's going to be a high-scoring one between these two sides. Are we going to get to see? I think we're going to get to see two more tries in the last 15 minutes. Pete Samu out on the field now for Lockie Swinton, and also Lachlan Lonergan out there for Folau Fainga'a, the one try scorer for the Wallabies. Nick White also out there, so they're making a lot of changes. R2D2, Damian McKenzie out to be red-carded for the haircut as well, says Tom. Although mullets in the All Blacks camp, I believe, have scored about 1.5 times the points of players without the mullets. So I guess maybe they've got something going there. But George Bauer, I saw him give him Will Jordan a cut, or a haircut, I should say, in the middle of the week. So perhaps he has been doing a bit of the barbershop, Bauer's barbershop. We've got a bit of a ring to it. We have got these referees are absolutely appalling, says Dan. And also we have got the Richie as leaps and bounds ahead of Barrett, says Irish Rover. Although Richie Mo'unga wasn't available for this match due to his wife having a baby. I said that very weird. A baby, I should say. Now it's going to be Nick White goes back to the hands of Samu Karevi. Can the Wallabies get themselves a try here? All around the side, Pete Samu. He's only been on the field for a short amount of time. Gives it to Nick White. And he scores a try. And that's coming out of nowhere as well. Try time for the Wallabies. What an introduction for it was Nick White, who was able to score it. I only just added Folau Fainga'a to the list. Nick White. He's only been out on the field for about 2 minutes. This is the first chance with the ball in hand that he's had. And he's been able to score one for the Wallabies here. But Nick White, Pete Samu the pace to be able to pierce the line. And it was the two replacements linking up Nick White, and also Pete Samu was able to pass it off. And the Wallabies now cancel out the bonus point of the All Blacks at this stage. Bowden's kicking is disgraceful as well as his Irish Rover. He hasn't struck them well in this match, that is for sure. He was sitting at, I believe he's about 2 from 5 or 3 from 5 at this stage, if I'm not wrong. And we always got no wonder the Aussies throw so much interceptions when they have, or when they see those haircuts in opposition as well. And Crusaders is the best team in the world, says Stan. And also All Blacks getting tired now, says Ryan. We saw it in the first match between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. The Wallabies had that late comeback. Is it going to be the case here in the All Blacks? I don't believe they have as much of a lead as they had in that first match. I will quickly get this up for you guys so you can see exactly what the score was in the first match between the two sides. It was 33 points to the All Blacks, 25 to the Wallabies. Could it be on the cards here at Optus Stadium where the Wallabies have a 100% winning record at this stage? Bonus point pursuing, recommencing as well, says Sebastian. Go the All Blacks. You got this as well. And we always got there. We need the bonus point as well, says Smithy Tour, that we do indeed. The Springboks sitting on 9 points at the moment for the Rugby Championship. Good tackle there from Will Jordan on Jordan Pataya, who has just made his way out onto the field. Also for the Wallabies, I believe most subs have been made for both teams. The All Blacks had to make a couple early with Samasoni Takiaho and also Ethan Blackadder coming out for the injuries of Cody Taylor and Artie Savia, which hopefully aren't going to be too serious, because I feel like those are two big names you do not want to be missing in games such as up against the Springboks. But now Nick White kicking this one high from inside of his 22. Damian McKenzie takes it nicely now under pressure from Marika Korombeti, getting tied up, and he was able to get all over him there. But Damian McKenzie has been able to keep it on the side of the All Blacks. Now it's going to be Tupovai. First game for him in the All Blacks kit this year of 2021. Now it's going to be Perenara, rough pass, but it's bounced up beautifully, and Akira Ioane down the wing now. He's got Perenara on the inside, drawing past. Perenara juggles it a little bit. He's going to be stepping on the inside, dragged down by Michael Hooper, 10 metres short though. The All Blacks, they are just waiting for their halfback here. Akira Ioane decides to join that breakdown to protect the ball. Scott Barrett fires it out to his brother Bowden. Now going to Tupovai, bit of a step on the inside there. But they are still inside of the 22. Ethan Blackadder now playing halfback. Is it a Bowden Barrett? Bit of a salad to dummy. McKenzie goes to Havili. Stepping back on the inside now. 10 metres out here for the All Blacks. Offloads it back. Ethan Blackadder gets it now. Gives it to Bowden Barrett. Now out the back line's looking likely again. Brody Retallick, little offload, didn't quite work out, but Bowden Barrett taking it nicely. Still going here, the All Blacks. That was about 20 passes in the same phase. Samasoni Takiao drawing pass out to Akira Ioane on the inside, passes it back, and it's going to be Anton Leonard-Brown who scores the try, or does he? They're going upstairs. I think I'm a minute ahead of you as I see the try time. I think you may be, because I believe since I am watching on Sky Go, there's about 30 seconds delay. And then probably through the live stream as well, there's a little bit more of one. We have got Richard Singer said hello as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Is at a try. Akira Ioane, at this stage, he's been unselfish in this match to a T. Like, he is just passing it to anyone who wants the ball. And it is working out for the All Blacks. We're going to have to wait and see whether or not it is going to be in that situation of being a try. We have got there. If I have to, it's only to boost the views as well, says Tesla as well. Anton Leonard-Brown drives low, ball on the line. So it's whether or not, I don't think Akira Ioane was out on the far side. He was given whoever that was who defended him a little bit of a go as well. Just telling him, this is going to be a try time, mate. But Marika Korombeti, tackle Will Jordan, Akira Ioane here on the outside. Potential forward pass is the call here. That one's back. Darcy Swain, no, it was actually a low tackle from Samu Karevi. That is brilliant from Leonard-Brown to be able to finish it from there, and that is going to be a try for the All Blacks. And all of a sudden, we're playing a bit of table tennis. The bonus point is back in the cards for the All Blacks. It's going to be a try, and we have got Akira Ioane, king of, that's a big word, altruism? Altruism? I feel like I've said that very weird. And the pronunciation, superb explanation as well, says Abdul Malik. Thank you very much, mate. And also we've got there, you think some of these guys were run over by a lawnmower looking at their haircuts. Dreadful. I feel like I'm one who can't really comment too badly or too much on bad haircuts, as I normally try and hide mine a little bit with the headset. But at this stage, there are plenty of mullets out there, and they have been scoring tries, anyone with a mullet. Also, another try for the ABs, and now they have got that bonus point back. Just for now, we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will change once again, though. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you do want to become a channel member to have exclusive emojis in the chat, such as Manuel, who has been in the try emoji there as well. Do let me know in the chat. We have got your commentary is a lot better than your facial hair. I'll take it. I mean, I will well and truly take it. The facial hair, I keep on having it as a little bit of a wager. I go like, if the All Blacks lose a certain game, I'll shave it off, and then they keep on winning those games, unfortunately. I think it's going to be the Springboks versus New Zealand game. Then I'm like, if the All Blacks lose that one, the whole beard is coming off and I will leave. Just a mustache. Damian McKenzie taking the kick this time, and he has missed it now. So he is 0 from 1 at this stage, but it is another try for the All Blacks. They have got the 5 so far. Quickly adding Anton Leonard-Brown to that try scorers list. Akira Ioane right next to the touchline. He has been phenomenal down that wing throughout this match, and we are going to be adding Leonard-Brown to the try scorers list, and it is just keeping on getting bigger for both sides at this stage. 7 tries in this match. There we go. It is going to be claimed there by George Bridge, who is on the field now for Will Jordan. He has scored his try, Will Jordan. He is off the field now. We have got Akira equals player of the game. He's got to be right up there. If he is not player of the game, I'll be pretty surprised. But Samasoni Takao tackled by Valentini just outside of the 22 now. Going to be back into the hands of Perenara. Going to be kicking it downfield. Bowden Barrett here. Down to the halfway line, just on the sunline, and he was being able to take that. Tom Banks gives it to Reece Hodge now, and it's opening up on the outside for the Wallabies. Instead, takes the contact. Good low tackle from Leonard-Brown. Nick White goes back now into the hands of Isaac Rodder, who is getting an opportunity now for the Wallabies. Of course, with the Giteau law, it did mean that him and Karevi were available, and Karevi's had a pretty big impact in this game so far as well, making a lot of meters for his side. Now it's going to be Nick White on the halfway line, shuffling around the side of the breakdown, trying to pierce the gap here. Dragged down by Angus Tarval there. That is something he's very good at doing. Nick White sniping around the fringes of the breakdown. Jordan Petaia, great step there. Round George Bridge looking for the offload now. Petaia, but great low tackle from Brody Retallick, still holding him, and that's going to be a penalty there. not releasing as a call. Oh, okay, that's an interesting one against Brodie Retallick. I almost thought that Jordan Petaia was actually trying to go again there, which is why he actually held on to him rather than let him go in this situation. So Jordan Petaia, Brodie Retallick makes the tackle, then Jordan Petaia tries to get up and go again. So I guess, it's an interesting one there. We also got there. We cannot wait for our piece, Kiwi Pie. You're definitely going to have to shave Springboks to win the 100th game by 11, just saying as well, says A. Luter. So I guess in that situation, if it was the case, I would definitely end up having to do a little bit of a shave of some sort for that one. We've got a nice job doing it as well, says Hetty. Thank you very much, mate. We've got just a question, yes or no, as well, says the Guru YouTube. I may have missed the earlier one from yourself, mate. Unfortunately, are you single? Yes, I am. Hardly leave the house. So rugby is my girlfriend, I guess you'd say, at this point with the amount of live streams that we do in the middle of the night. I sleep during the day because we're doing top 14 and all sorts in the middle of the night. Curry Cup as well. Rob Valentini now got this one short side. Another opportunity for the Wallabies just outside of the 22 now, going to be driving forward once again. Angus Bell going back across now. Nick White passes it to Samu Karevi, steps on the inside. Perhaps should have opened up the opportunity on the outside. He's done the offload now, which now it will. It's Michael Hooper. He's got no number on the back of his kit because of the fact he had the blunt in earlier on. Brodie Retallick Sprigg decided to try and cut him open. Valentini now cutting open the defence. Oh, it's an interception. And now Perenara is pinning the ears back. Who is with him? It's going to be Rico Ioane, or is it? He's kicking her mind. Yeah, it's going to be a cross kick. Going to be sitting up for George Bridge. Is it? Yes, it is. What a try for the All Blacks. Perenara. Little bit of brilliance from the halfback, and now George Bridge scores a try. What a try it was as well for the All Blacks, and that now could secure the bonus point for them. George Bridge, first game in a few weeks, he is back, but that was Perenara who was able to do the brilliant kick across field on the left boot as well to be able to get it. And we have got Perenara as well in the chat from it was Tame, and also what a freaking try as well. Says Thick Boy, Perenara with the interception, then from there the step, and then to see George Bridge, he was looking at him the whole time, went for the cross kick, bounces up. George Bridge, I have to give him a lot of credit there. He didn't rush into the ball and try and get that one straight away. He decided to wait for it to bounce up for him and knew he had the acceleration to beat Jordan Petaia with a foot race to the line. What a kick from Perenara there. And also Wallabies is over, says Joshua. Yeah, at this stage, seems like it is going to be a bit of a runaway perhaps for the All Blacks, depending on how the last 7 or 8 minutes goes. And Ian Foster, that man's got a smile and a laugh. Ian Foster. This man was laughing, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, like, happy with that kick from Perenara. He's getting the start next week, I think, the way that it's going up against Argentina. He was happy. It's good to see him smiling on Father's Day. That is sure. Happy shout out to all the fathers out there for this live stream as well. We have got good morning, my favourite. So happy Sunday as well, says Salvesto. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Intercept season as well, says Terry Jones, and Terry Jones, sorry. And also we have got there, let's go All Blacks, who vote with me as well, says Tyson. I believe in the chat at the moment it's about 80% for the All Blacks to win this game in the chat. And also Colby is going to have a field day against the Wallabies as well, says Rowan. And I also saw here's now the most expensive Damian McKenzie missed as well. Maybe it's just, wait, it came back. Did it? No, it came back just a little bit too late for that kick. Someone is holding up their child like it's the Lion King at this point. It's a circle of life, and at the moment, the Wallabies are having a little bit of trouble with this game, and Australian Rugby is dead as well. Says Pistol, although they have got the games against the Springboks next week, and if they can play well in that game, hopefully we will get to see some fighting spirit from the Wallabies. They've had their moments in this game, but at this stage, the way it is sitting, the All Blacks will receive the bonus point, and also they will be above South Africa for the points differential. So they will be on 10 points if it stays the way that it is. They've got the bonus point 74 minutes into this game at the moment for the All Blacks. They are sitting pretty nicely. It's going to be taken nicely there by Reece Hodge on the halfway line for the Wallabies. Goes back Nick White now. Going into Bell. Sells the dummy, goes himself. The Wallabies would love to get themselves at least one more try in this match of even Blackadder sliding his way out of that one like he was on a water slide. Now it's going to be Rico Ioane, gives it now across to Brodie Retallick, and it's going to be a counter-attack once again, sitting up for Akira Ioane. What a wide pass. That is into the hands of George Bridge. Grubber and Mine kicked it maybe a little bit early. It's going to be bouncing up for Tom Banks, so an advantage over. Good tackle from George Bridge as well. The All Blacks just swarming into that breakdown, but it's going to be still on the side of the Wallabies. Nick White, it is available for him, scored as well, says Southwestern. Also one more try as well in Australia. It's going to be tough. Going to have a tough autumn international tour. I believe they are playing Scotland and Wales, if I'm not wrong, so far that I know of. So it's going to be tough for them, but now Nick White kicks that one into touch. All Blacks have not defeated the Wallabies outside of Sydney since 2014. That's an interesting stats for the All Blacks in Australia. So that's a big one as well. 333 likes is absolutely huge as well. Can we push towards 400 likes by the end of this one? I don't think we've ever hit 400 likes on a live stream. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. 6 more minutes. One more try, Wallabies or ABs. At the moment, the way that the All Blacks is kind of ramping it up in the last 5 minutes, I would say that they will have an opportunity. Oh, Brodie Retallick hit hard, and he was contesting or complaining to the referee that it was a little bit high, I believe. On his way down now, Perenara. Oh, it was the Blackadder. It's a knock on there. And it is going to be going back now for the scrum, the 15-headed, as well, says Ian. And also we have got there, should be 48-14 as well with the kicks. Missing in this situation, says Smithy Toilet. And also we have got there Australia coach punching the air as well. And we have got there, should be 45 already in there. And also AB's putting, what was that? Earlier on, putting in, or Scotland would beat Australia at Murrayfield on current form as well. Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Wallabies, but I'm hopeful that they will be able to have a good performance up against the Pumas and also up against the Box. And normally in this situation, after having 2 kind of heavy defeats, I think they will be able to try and work out the best combo. I mean, now that they've got Samu Kariu back, I feel like it is pretty awesome that he has been running around in the midfield, almost set up the first try, because that's the thing, 2 disallowed tries for the Wallabies. They've been close, but so far at this stage, well done to the mods as well, says Norma Jean. That is actually myself. I, at this stage, am the only mod. We also have Isaac, but he is not here for this live stream, I don't believe, but we have got the emojis in the chat from Mapar. If anyone does want access to those exclusive emojis that Mapar is putting in the chat, it is through the channel membership. That is a penalty to the Wallabies, though. So now he is going to be kicking for touch there. Tom Banks, good kick downfield as well. Second half penalties, 4 against New Zealand, 2 against Australia. But yeah, if you want access to those exclusive emojis, be sure to hit that join button. It is the pin comment in the chat as well. And also, if you are a fan of rugby podcasts, myself and also an Australian have got a Rugby Down Under podcast. And it is going to be an interesting chat this week, as we do see now that the Bledisloe Cup is not just in the favour of New Zealand, but it is going to be 3-0 in that series. That is the second link in the pin comment. But now Nick White goes back to Reece Hodge. Callaway now trying to pierce the gap. Good low tackle from Leonard Brown, though. The All Blacks have not been missing too many throughout this match. Ball popping out now, gives it to Nick White. The hands of Isaac Rodder, met by, I believe it was Papali. Or actually, no, it was Scott Barrett probably off the field. Daniela Tupou now gives it to Hodge. Jordan Petaia, wide ball. Out to Pete Samu down the wing. Good low tackle from George Bridge. Almost a little knock on. Was it by Samu Karimi? No, he must have held the control of that one. Tupavai trying to get that one. Nick White now passes it across field. Going to be in the hands of Angus Bell, who's stepping like he's a back. But he is supposed to be a prop, that man. But now Nick White goes back across Samu Karimi, actually down for a little bit there. It's going to be Hodge selling the dummy, going himself once again. Scott Barrett is persistent in the breakdown. Nick White just going through the gap. Offloads it to Tom Banks. He's close to the line. He falls. Has he dropped the ball over the line, or has he got it, Tom Banks? That might be the try for the Wallabies. I think he's got it, Tom Banks, and he has scored it there. He's been able to wrestle his way over the line. They have not finished fighting in this one. The moderator is on point in this chat as well, says Ryan. It is actually, yeah, I am actually controlling the chat at the same time as doing the live stream and also doing the commentary at the same time. But Tom Banks there, yes, he got it down, and that is a great try for the Wallabies between the posts. Surely this kick is going over. It's not been a good day for kicking for either side. The All Blacks missing about 5 conversions, and the Wallabies missing, I think it is 2 or 3 so far as well. But Reece Hodge straight on front. He'll be slotting it down the middle. I believe Reece Hodge might actually be playing at first receiver for this match. If I'm not wrong, he might actually be number 10. Perhaps they try that in a future week as well, depending on how it goes. Let's go Australia not improving, not competitive as well, says AJ Johnson. I mean, we saw in the first game, though, the difference between the two sides was only around 8 points, I think it was. The second game was a runaway, but the Wallabies, they've just chosen the wrong moments to be effective in this game. Anytime they've scored tries, it is when the All Blacks have already pretty much secured the game, unfortunately for them. But at this stage, 79 for the All Blacks, 79 minutes gone in this match, the last minute of this match, the last minute of Australia versus New Zealand for this year. So we've got to make the most of it. 25 seconds has passed in the 79th. I'm going to be a bit sad soon because we're not going to get to see any more of this great Trans-Tasman rivalry. Darcy Swain taking it nicely there off kickoff. Can they get one more? If they get one more here, the Wallabies, they will cancel the bonus point of the All Blacks, but it's a bit loose here. It's going to be almost a knock-on for Reece Hodge. Yes, it was. So now the All Blacks are going to have the last chance with 14 seconds left in this match. They are going to have another scrum feed here. We have got their consolation try for Australia, says Coach Ifang, and also in there we have got All Blacks lose as well, says Tate. I'm not sure at this stage they are doing very nicely. All Blacks is leaking now, or leaking tries now as well, says Ryan. Yeah, and at this stage they cannot afford to leak one more, because if there is one more try against them in this match, it will mean that they will only get the 4 points rather than the 5, and they want the 5 to go above the Springboks on that table, because as you can see, they've got a good points differential at this stage. They would be adding 17 to that points differential, so you'll be looking at 52 plus 52, that is, above. So that means that they have got a little bit more time to play with. Beauden Barrett looks like he has done something to the calf. I assume it is just cramp. I hope it's just cramp, because the All Blacks have already lost Artie Savia and Cody Taylor due to injury in this match so far. They do not want to lose another player, that is for sure. And we have also got there, what are you, Kiwi Oz? I am from New Zealand, but I'm always pretty impartial for these live streams. Manuel, I put 10s in the chat as well with the emojis, and damn 900 viewers, says Isaac Williams. That is absolutely huge. But, man, right, that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It was a scrum for the All Blacks. Perenara passed it back, and without even putting the ball in his hands there, Beauden Barrett just kicked it into touch. And that is the end of this game. The full-time score, 38 for New Zealand, 21 for Australia. So they do receive that bonus point, the All Blacks, and that means they will be sitting on 10 with a points differential of plus 52. So they will be very happy with that performance, or probably happy enough with the performance for them to be able to get that bonus point. But there are still little things that they'll have to work on throughout those games against Argentina, and also in that situation of playing the Springboks in only a couple of weeks' time as well. Bonus point for the ABs as well, says Sebastian. It is indeed. And also 13 plus, baby, as well, says Tame. And don't think about Hamish as he's neutral commentating as well, says Tesla. Yeah, I absolutely love calling them down the middle, because I find sometimes, like with the New Zealand commentators, I always use this reference, but the likes of Justin Marshall, you're always going to get that New Zealand side of his commentary. He's never going to be completely down the middle, which is why I enjoy doing these with a completely impartial view as well, because it does mean that both sides of the game can enjoy listen to it as well. And we always got Like How You Don't Bite as well, says the Gertrude. No, I'm pretty chilled out as well. So I don't think, I don't normally get triggered by anything said in the chat. Dope commentary, Hamish, mate, as well, says Damon. Thank you, says Manuel. And also we have got the Wallabies fighting a bit late as well, says my pa. Yeah, they were able to, because at halftime, what was the score in the end? I think it was about 18 points to nil, if I'm not wrong. Or did they get 7 points in the first half, the Wallabies? They might have been able to get 7. No, I think the first try actually came in the second half. So it was in that situation of 18-0 at halftime. So the All Blacks were able to get 20 points in the second half, but the Wallabies were able to get 21 in that regard. So they just leave it a bit too late in that game. The Wallabies there once again, and we have also should have played the set out as well, says Norma Junior. I think the big thing on his mind was that bonus point, because of the fact that if they got into the situation of giving away an interception try, they lose that bonus point, and that point could be crucial later in the season. We have got Steve Smith as well, as said. Cheers for streaming. Thank you very much for that donation, mate, and hope you have enjoyed the commentary of this live stream. Thank you for the next time. See you at the next game. As well, says Norma Jean, and also we have got there as well, this is a genuine scoreline for the Wallabies, says Smithy Donald, and great commentary, games. Congrats as well, says Victor. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciate all the support that we have had on this live stream. We are currently sitting on 371 likes. I'm not sure what our record is on the channel. I thought it was only around 300, and we are already sitting on 372 for this one, which is absolutely awesome. And we have got the chat going incredibly quick at the moment. And we have also got the I salute you, mate. I couldn't be impartial watching Wales. If they scored, I do a backflip out of the chair. It's just a reflex as well, says Sick Boy. Yeah, it is. I mean, overall, it's like Super Rugby. I find because I'm halfway in between the Crusaders and the Highlanders for the location in New Zealand, it makes it very easy to be able to keep it like nice and neutral for those ones. But I just find that overall, the general consensus has been you guys do enjoy when the commentary isn't kind of one-sided, if that makes sense. Well done, All Blacks as well, says William, and also Night Boys, says the girl YouTube. We will see you later, man. And also glad to see Rico and Karevi having a laugh together as well, says Johnny Blaze. And it's going to be interesting to see the next matches. I will show the fixtures that are going to be taking place in the coming weeks for both of these sides. First of all, we will quickly go like this, and we will go like one moment. We will go like this just for a moment, and I will go like this. There we go. The coming fixtures that are going to be coming up for both of these sides. New Zealand next week are going to be taking on Argentina in a 2-match series for the Rugby Championship. Then after that, the big game that everyone wants to see, it is going to be New Zealand versus South Africa. 20 days time, ladies and gentlemen. 7:05 p.m. kickoff here in New Zealand. 9:05 a.m. kickoff in South Africa, and in the UK, I believe it is around that kind of 8 a.m. kickoff or so. I feel so sorry for Hooper. World-class player, has no support from any quality players. You can see out in his face how hard it is for him to stay motivated. Yeah, he just keeps on going, Michael Hooper, and I feel like everyone, like even when he made his way back out from the blood bin, the whole crowd applauded because of the fact they know how much of a shift he puts in for the Wallabies week in, week out. He was the star of the series up in France, or against France, I should say. Probably the star of the series for them up against New Zealand as well. Although you would say Tate McDermott also sneaking his way up there just that little bit. As usual, mate, great stream. Hit the showers. You've played a blinder as well, says Thick Boy. Although we have not finished yet, Brett has said, what does the table look like now, buddy, as well? I will put it up, although this is not the updated table, but I can tell you exactly what is happening. So New Zealand, who were in second, they are moving up to first place. They are going to be sitting on 10 points due to getting that bonus point up against the Wallabies, and with a points differential of plus 52. So it is a very solid lead for them in this one, and they may need it depending on how the fixtures the next couple of weeks go. The Wallabies next week are going to be taking on the Springboks at 10:05 p.m. New Zealand time. And do you watch the games on Sky, mate? I do indeed. And they have got plenty of them on Sky here in New Zealand. So I have been able to follow every single competition game pretty much that has been happening. And we will be following every single game from now on as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated. We had a huge amount of support on this one. We are 9 likes away from 400 likes on this live stream as well, which is absolutely awesome. From South Africa, Big All Black, kia ora as well, says Ivan, and also hope Aussie win, says Justin as well. Yeah, that game up against the Springboks, if Australia can win that game, that will really upset the Rugby Championship table, because everyone is saying it's going to be the Springboks and the All Blacks are the two that are going to be contesting, but we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. We have got their excellent call tonight, Hamish. Australia needs a new coach maybe as well, says David. I mean, I know that for the All Blacks, this coach was having a very good time in the later stages of the game, but Dave Rennie not so much. He would have had to turn the frown upside down in that regard, or turn the frown upside down and then upside down again so that it is back down. So don't move your frown, Dave Rennie, as the easiest way to do it. We've got there Steve Smith, your best friend, now with Donation Q. That's as us as Barricade. He's been supporting us very, very much in the last few weeks, Steve Smith, and it is hugely appreciated as well for all of his support. We have got their Box need to go unbeaten if they want to win this series as well, says Jerome. Yeah, the bonus points can be crucial, and because of the Springboks not receiving that bonus point for the second match, I think it is going to come down to whether or not they can win the 2 games up against the All Blacks, and also win those games up against the Wallabies as well. We have also got their cheer boys from Hepara, welcome in, and also merch idea shirt that says Honorary Barrett as well, says Katie Dixon. That would be pretty cool. It is a good idea indeed. I'll have to try and remember that one as well. And also, we're looking at new emojis to be able to make on the channel, but of course, it is based off when you have members. YouTube kind of make it that you have to have a certain number of members to be able to add more emojis. So we are able to add, I believe, 1 more at this stage for the amount of members that we have got on the channel, which is pretty awesome. So that is going to be coming very soon on the channel as well. And we have got Akira Haviri and McDermott were on fire. They were indeed. My man of the match, I've got to say, it's got to be Akira Ioane. He was playing very well indeed. And while it go Wallabies and Karevi and also Korombeti as well, says Jeremiah is the name there. Yeah. I mean, Karevi just slotted very nicely into that number 10 jersey, number 12 jersey. And him and Paisami as a midfield combo will be scary for anyone to come up against. Definitely up against the likes of, you got Damien Delinde and also Lukanu. You can't split those two up for South Africa. It's going to be a good match next week between those two sides. My man of the match was TJ Perenara as well, says Taman. Also, we have got the main one with a Sharpie marker as well, says Katie Dixon, and go Wallabies, Karevi and Korombeti, and also Katie, we all know. We know you already got one as well. And also Kira Ioane, man of the match. Definitely, he was passing to whoever fancied a try. And that's one thing that I absolutely love from Kira Ioane. Normally, he can sometimes, if he's a few meters out from the line, sometimes he'll back himself. And he probably could have scored that first try, but instead passed it off to Will Jordan, who was able to score it instead. And it just showed that he was playing for the team in this matchup, and it did work out very nicely for him in the end, because he might have gotten that man of the match there. I believe he actually did, if I'm not wrong. And we have got their ABs were a bit unsure last year. They're finding form in my eyes as well, says Smithy Toilet. Yeah, they're looking good going into these games up against Los Pumas next week. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be covering every game of the Rugby Championship on this channel. Also, the top 14, the United Rugby Championship, Bunnings NPC, Gallagher Premiership, international fixtures. I'm trying to think of all of them. We've got about 6 competitions. The Olympic Sevens we covered on the channel. We're going to be covering the we're going to be covering the matches that are coming forward as well. And we have got Tahi in the chat, has said $20. Tell me how as well. Is that how to donate, Tahi? Because depending on what device you're on, if you're on a PC or a phone, kind of in the chat, I always have it open for myself to make sure that it's not lagging or anything like that. So pretty much what you can do if you are on a phone is there is a little button down in that corner that has a little $sign, and on PC it is the same as well. And there's that little $sign, and then you're allowed to select a certain amount and then put a message in as well. And I do put the messages up down here for you guys to all get to see as well. We have got the Nevedu Samoan was the official language of New Zealand. Adi Savia is an absolute disgrace. Jeez. Speak English or Maori if you don't like it, and then go play for Samoa as well, says Irish Driver. I mean, he's the captain of the team. He can do what he likes. He's got more captain's cap than anyone, I believe, in this chat at this stage. But It's just one of those ones that, I mean, he always does it for the Hurricanes as well, and it's just as kind of what he does. And it's like Sean Wainui. He speaks in Maori and then speaks in New Zealand or in English as well, kind of a little bit of both. In that regard, he's Samoan descent, not Maori descent as well, says Rio Gamer. So yeah, but speaking Maori probably wouldn't make too much sense in that regard. We have got the moderator where I says, Obi Snake, I have just done it as well. And we've got going to be hard for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to make the All Blacks final cut as well. And Isaac has put your phone on dark mode as well. How do I do that? I don't even know how to put it on dark mode, mate. No idea, so I have to work that out possibly as well. Our trial identified as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got their high mate as well from Hunter. Welcome in. And it's like John Olomu, he's Samoa too as well, says Damon. How South Africa looking this year, says Raw Dog Nelly. They have been able to win both their games, South Africa so far. Their first one up against Argentina, they were able to win it 32 points to the 12. So they got the bonus point for that game. And then in the second one, it was the case of they still had a good win by 19 points, but they did not receive that bonus point that would have been able to go into that situation. And we have got there, it ain't no disgrace. He's of Samoan descent, exactly right. And we have got who said that ain't nothing wrong. That was speaking Maori as well. I actually did a little bit of Maori at school, believe it or not, but I only know how to say 2 sentences. Actually, one of the sentences that I know is actually perfect for this occasion. Fun fact. We have got there going to be difficult for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to make the AB's final cut. Love to see Roger have a crack though as well, says a nice Noah as well in the chat. And also we have got, do you think Ardie is out for next week, mate? He seems to be. He was moving around a little bit better than he was out on the field, as well as Cody Taylor. They both seem to be, they were still out there, which makes me think that hopefully they will be all right. I'm just hoping, because of the fact that if they are both gone, and also Bowden Barrett stretching out the hammy at this stage as well, at the later stages of the game of the calf. So he won't want that to end up in that situation of it being out for the next week, because if they lose him as well, Damian McKenzie will be the player who slots in at number 10. And then you've also got Geordie Barrett might be out for a suspension as well. So it's going to be tough for the All Blacks to work out what they are doing next week. So we will have to wait and see for the midweek to see whether or not those injuries will be affected. We have got thanks for the commentary as well, says Escaroy. And also we have got there as well the Empire Strikes as well, says Victor. And also Akira was phenomenal. He was indeed. And we also got Pumas can knock the Wallabies as well, says Amore. It's going to be 2 good matches. They are going to be playing the Wallabies in not these 2 next weeks, but the next weeks after. These 2 here. It is going to be 20 days away. And last year there were 2 ties as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes this year. There should be a winner in at least one of those games. We have, let's go, everybody come down, be nice as well, says David. Exactly right, mate. We normally have a heap of positivity in the chat, but for some reason it's trying to go downhill at the end of this live stream. But yeah, nonetheless, I think we are almost at the end of this live stream. So what we are going to be doing is we will be doing a post-match review of this match. Waikiki, who's your man of the match? I'm giving it to Akira Ioane for this one. He just played very well throughout the match, and he was unselfish with the ball in hand, just made sure that he passed it at the right times. And because of that, that is who my man of the match is going to. We have also got there, don't engage the trolls as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there, Springboks will demolish the Wallabies. Let's be real here. As well, says Sebastian. I've just got that weird feeling in the back of my mind that maybe they'll be able to find a little bit of form at some stage, the Wallabies. Like, they have pieces of the games up against the All Blacks. I'd love to see them go out there and really challenge the Springboks. Like, the Springboks, they may still get the win, but I want to see the Wallabies really put up a fight in that game and see what they can do. Great commentary listening from Wyoming as well, says Wayne. So it must be at the moment in Wyoming. Are you sitting around 4 p.m.? No, 4 a.m. Is it 4 a.m.? Surely not. If it's 4 a.m., welcome. Good morning, I guess I should say as well. And we have got there Kakite Ano, Tiki lads, as well, says Reneo Game. And also we have got there, I see you midweek, maybe Amish, as well, says David. Yeah, we're going to definitely be doing a live stream on the channel for the Kiwi Lads Gaming. If you guys don't know about that channel, it is a new channel that we have got recently that we are going to be starting to do some live streams on. We talk all things rugby while playing a few games at the same time. If you do want to check it out, please do. We've also got a Rugby Down Under podcast, which is myself and an Australian, and we talk all things when it comes to World Rugby. That is the pin comment, and also the one above that is the one for the channel membership, if you guys do want access to those exclusive emojis and the badges next to your name in the chat as well. And we have also got there in the chat here, it's going very quick at the moment. We have got there, do it with the Rugby Guru, the post-match as well. Did he do a live stream of this match, Barry? Do let me know. I don't even know whether he went up a podcast with 2 Cents Rugby as well, says Rubes. So perhaps he could be a future guest on the podcast that we could get to come on. He is very knowledgeable indeed. I like McDonald's as well, says Ella. And at this stage, McDonald's is available in New Zealand as long as you're not in Auckland. And I know a lot of people rushed to McDonald's and KFC when it was available for us here. But I'm quickly going to schedule my next live stream so that I can get into the situation of putting it as a redirect at the end of this one, so you guys can come straight over to that post-match review when we do get it started up. I need to remember how to do this, though. I need to make sure that I do it right. We're going to quickly go like this, and we're going to go like this. But do let me know in the chat as well, what was the best try of this match for you guys? I feel like I know mine, but I am going to wait and see what you guys say in terms of who you think had the best try of the game for this match. If you did get to see the game, that is. But I feel for me, I would say TJ Perenara cross kick to George Bridge was just very nicely done, although it was off an intercept. So I have to say maybe it wasn't as good as perhaps that full field try that they were able to score when they were linking up Brad. We were passing it to, it was the first try scorer of the match, Geordie Barrett. Very nice one there for the All Blacks as well. I'm quickly going to be doing this little bit of information. There we go. And once we are going to, tell you what, that's close enough. I've got a couple things wrong in the description, I think. It should be all right. I can change that a little bit later on, and I will schedule it so that we are ready to go. And we almost got there. Man of the match, Darren Till, as well. Did he win his fight? That is very good news for him. He was fighting Leon Roberts. I almost said he was playing Leon Roberts, but I don't think they play around too much in the UFC when it comes to just punching each other in the mush. At the moment, we are going like this. We will go like this, and we will go bang. Right. We have got that second, or the not the second, but our second live stream of this match that we are going to be doing. We're going to be doing a post-match review. I'm quickly going to be selecting that and putting it so that I can have it as a link in the comments as well. There's a little bit of behind the stream, or behind the scenes, I guess you could say as well, for us in the situation we have what's got there in the chat from, it is, oh no, I missed the message, I think, a little bit earlier on as well. But we have also got there, yeah, well, it's going quick at the moment. I do appreciate every single one of you for being here, and hope you have enjoyed the live stream. Right, where is the link? I'm trying to find it. This is hard to do when you're under pressure, isn't it? Right, we are going live. We have got to click on this next one, and then I will put it as the redirect for this live stream so that you guys, after this one ends, we will go straight on to the next one, and you will be able to join straight away with no problems at all, hopefully. Theoretically, piss off, get your KFC, as well, says Irish Rover. I mean, why you got to bring race and everything into it, mate? Or bringing stereotypes at all sorts into there. We're just here to have a good time, and you seem a bit salty at this stage, to be honest, if I had to call it down the middle as it is. Right, we will go here. We will go to the details. We will go to the redirect. And we will, no, we don't go there. We will go redirect. This is going well. I feel like I needed to do this slightly before the match. There we go. We've got the redirect. And once this live stream ends, it will take you straight over to our next live stream. That wasn't difficult. Managed to do it smooth as, and managed to do well as well. We have got feel for Dave Rennie, says Pat. Yeah, it's hard being the coach of a side that unfortunately just hasn't quite been able to get those wins that he would have been after. Because Dave Rennie, he seems to get a lot of slack as well, and you can kind of see because of the fact that they are losing games. But the Wallabies, they just haven't been able to put the full 80 together as well. And we have also got there in the chat. There we go. That is the link to the next live stream that we are going to be starting in only a few minutes' time as well. So nonetheless, I think that is going to be the end of this one. For anyone wondering, the try scorers, David Arvili got to, Will Jordan, Anton Leonard-Brown, George Bridge, and Geordie Barrett were the try scorers for the All Blacks. Then for the Wallabies, it was going to be Folau Fainga'a, Nick White, and also Tom Banks for the try scorers. So they were able to get to 3 in the match. So very nicely done. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be starting our next live stream in only 3 minutes' time. That is a link to go and check it out. And we will see you all in a very short moment. But I will say, ka kite koe I tira ui